Oh, goodness gracious.
Hello, Internet.
Hello, Internet.
Hey, Internet.
Hey, Internet, it's us.
We're here again.
Here to roll
Hello.
some dice.
We're here again. I need to turn this thing off.
Yeah, you need to mute something.
I am.
Hopefully you just heard everything.
No worries. If you heard us on repeat, that's 100% my fault, which is fine. Here we are. Okay. Oh, goodness. Guys, it's been a long week. It's only Tuesday.
It sure has.
It's been a long week.
Yes.
I appreciate you all and having you here. Thank you.
Thanks for having us here.
You
Is that your
okay?
name?
That was.
That looked good.
Yeah. Did that feel good? It didn't look like it felt good.
Yep.
I did the same thing.
I mean, yikers.
That's great. That's fun. So that's how things are going to go tonight. That's
Yep.
good.
Guys, we're starting off strong.
Yes, hello, welcome.
Okay, I'm going to
tonig's
let
episode
Steven
of
take it
Natural
away
20.
with the socials.
Hope everyone's doing well. As always, we'd love to hear from you. So check us out wherever you can find those podcasts. Let me open. Yeah, I got the cheat
You're
sheet
looking
here.
sharp. I'm looking
Thanks.
at the outfit.
I had
Man, with the tie and everything.
Fancy.
The clip. He's got the clip.
I mean, honestly, it's
hiring people today, so
Puts us
looking
to
spiffy.
shame.
But really, check us out. Like, review our podcast. We love to hear from you. Twitter at D&D Natural 20,
Yeah.
Facebook at Natural_20, and Instagram at Natural20DND. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you like. Hopefully, you'd like us. If you don't, I mean that's cool too because
Still
you can
let us
have
know.
your own opinions because
We'll just cry.
He's American.
and stuff. TJ will cry a little bit, and I'll console him, but that's okay. Thanks, everybody. We love you.
All right, thank you so much. With that, a couple things really quickly. Thank you, as always, to our friends at Crafty Gamer Shop for your wonderful partnership and continued support as we work together for all the fun times.
Do this now.
Ooh, brownies over there. I'm jealous.
There's two.
Also, if you guys are shopping at thecraftygamer.com, that is www.thecraftygamer.com, use code ROLLNAT20 to get 20% off your order.
Hey, that's us.
Which nobody dislikes. Everybody likes a discount. Also, on that same vein, I'm just going to surprise everybody here. August 1st, QuestCon here in Orlando, Florida. So we all need to talk about going because it's QuestCon and it's awesome and it's in August. So we have some time, right? To talk about it?
Moving
Cool.
fast, though.
To talk about
Coming
it.
up.
It's that kind of night.
I might have some time that I can use to get.
Cool. No reason, just thought I'd mention it because it's been showing up on my Instagram feed, and I really wanted to shout it out because our friends at the
exciting.
Crafty Gamer turned me onto it, and I want to share it with the world.
The Crafty Gamer.
Gotta love them.
What scent do we have tonight, Alan?
Right tonight we are working off of one of our. It's melting currently. Our Tavern and Inn, for no other reason than I really like how it smells.
I don't think we are.
It is nice.
Neither a tavern nor in it.
No, we aren't.
No, you all have decided to go in the
No,
exact
we actually
opposite
managed to
direction.
get out of one for once.
You did.
And it didn't take us 40 days.
Close.
Are we going to bring up the fact that we missed the festival again? Is that everybody's real mad about
At
missing
least
the
we're not
festival?
on a caravan.
You did
There was a
spend
festival?
10 days on the road. So there is that. You did do that.
Okay. I just
it was
want to make
Much
sure
fun to be
were-
had at a festival.
Yeah,
Instead,
all the
we-
fun that you could have had.
All the things that I could not have
You're
stolen.
telling me you would have had more fun.
Yes.
Okay.
Then can't. You know what? I'm just the DM.
Yes.
You
Been
guys
staring
can't
at
do it.
posts for 3 nights? Yes.
They were magic posts. Anyway.
Alrighty. So with that, if everybody is ready here, I'm going to dive in what happened last time on Natural 20. So, last time, our group of intrepid adventurers, after spending a great deal of time in the town of Calder, finally navigated your way to the Righteous Hold, where after having conversations with Broudmore, Amberblade, and some of our other more druidic type friends, decided you were going to make your way north to Falstad en route to
Okay. There's some.
your eventual goal of the Brightwood at the very far end of the continent itself of Anayor, in pursuit of taking one of your number home or getting information as close to home as possible. After having your own various conversations, each of you decided that it was going to be the next best course of action in terms of in service to this growing party. And you began making your way north, though with Harlan departing for personal reasons, as he had activities going on back in Port Thorstead he needed to take care of. On your way north, you all...
Got dizzy.
Well, you all narrowly avoided an ambush by some very malnourished, very kind of haggard-looking lizard folk. The rest of you coming together, seemingly making progress against your foe before the appearance of one Delilah Fortune, Miss Delilah Fortune, and her crossbow bolts of yore, as you all...
That she's really good with.
Yeah, really good with. As you all engaged in combat for some period of time before the battlefield eventually falling silent, you all investigating the lizard folk, finding on them not much in way of equipment, just kind of broken bits of equipment, nothing in way of gold or food or really anything serviceable, but finding on each of their necks a band, a leather cord, and a shriveled claw. Before you piled them into a pile in the center of a field and set them ablaze. So,
Descriptive.
seems good, seems good.
Piled them into a pile.
Piled them into a pile. Listen, y'all.
It was fun.
We piled them.
You sure heckin' did. So, after getting them together, the date is, I need to update the date for you guys. After getting everything together, you all continued on your path for another 8 days, making it 10 days northward, traversing the expanse between Calder and this a bit barren land. The only settlement you made your way past in this time was, let me find the name of it because it's a fun name, as he consults his notes. Ever so slightly for maybe getting there somewhere. I'll get there eventually. Passing a settlement before you all, where those of you who needed bedrolls, it was Pepperell Outpost, by the way. Pepperell Outpost.
I have a bedroll now.
Yes, before making your way through Pepperell Outpost, on your way to Falstad, spending about 6 days on the road before arriving to the exterior of the city, where all of you save Delilah did not see billowing smoke emerging from the interior of the town itself. And one figure leaving at a great speed, as if on horseback, from the town proper. Seeing this, Delilah informed you all of her suspicion and set off to find the individual on horseback. After about
That was not
2
actually
hours
my
of hard
intent.
riding towards the town of Falstad, the rider veered off, changing its trajectory, moving towards Delilah on her steed, before the rider, unable to hold himself aloft on the horse any longer, fell with a resounding thud to the ground below. Delilah approaching the individual, providing a healing potion, if I'm not mistaken, and bringing him back to life, introducing Logan to you. Logan informing you that the town of Falstad was in dire straits, having been laid siege by what he described as goblins, and presenting a writ to Delilah, upon which was written that for every goblin head brought in service to freeing the town of Falstad from the siege, the reward would be 10 gold pieces. Upon reading the contract, Delilah also noticed that the heads needed to be intact, right? I think that was the only other caveat there. Intact and in service to freeing the town from its plight.
We had a bunch of goblins. Cool.
You know, you
And
can
then
do that with a hammer, right?
made her way back to you
Prove
all
it.
on her steed. We pick up now with Delilah approaching the three of you, having
can't
walked at a
just
brisk
kill the
pace.
goblins and expect a reward, right? You actually have to help free the town to do it.
Oh,
I'm gonna open these.
go for it.
Yeah, go right ahead. We pick up where we left off last time, with Delilah approaching you with another individual on horseback. The other individual for each of you looking quite bedraggled and worn. As they approach, you all would notice that this is a lightly armored individual in studded leather armor, wearing what looks to be a broken leather cap and matted blood, and the very blonde hair of this young-looking human male. As Delilah and this individual approach, that is where we will pick up. So, adventurers, what would you like to do?
I believe the last thing I said was, gentlemen, I believe we have a job.
Yes, indeed, it was.
From him?
What kind of job does he have? What kind of job could there be for us?
Well, you see, it seems that this Falstad has been taken over by goblins, dear.
The little things.
That's exactly what I said.
Taken over. Do we know how many?
No, just that they're paying a hefty reward for anybody who can free the town based on the number of goblin heads they return
Yeah,
or
heads they
rid
bring
of.
back. Yeah, heads. At which point the individual kind of leaned forwards on the
This is
horse.
Logan Diaz.
Hello, Logan Deers.
As he kind of scans all of you, his eyes rest on each of you in turn before pausing
No,
for
you are
a
dear.
pausing for
No,
a period
I
on
am
the
Loxodon.
massive Loxodon individual and going, all right. Given what he's seen, it's just another thing that he's having to log away. You just see him mentally processing this entire circumstance. Hi.
Logan Deers. How many goblins are there?
My surname is Beauregard?
You're going to confuse it even more.
Oh. Yes.
Logan Deers Beauregard.
You see?
Okay. Yes. What was the question? Sorry, I was
How
distracted.
many goblins are there, Logan Deers Beauregard?
Well, why don't we find out how did you escape? Is there
That
I
will
slipped
not
out
help.
from the watchtower beneath where they were holding most of the infantry captive. In terms of numbers, I lost count really. There was well above 60 at the time of when we were there. Upon initial raid, there was in the hundreds.
who is driving these goblins, dear?
We don't know. They're bigger. They're big. Not normal. Most goblins about knee size. These come up about the same height as me.
My knees are much higher.
Yes. So they have no actual leader?
Not what we've seen.
Yet they've managed to take over your town. These are goblins. They don't band
You-
together well.
You're just as confused as we are. It all looks like they're underneath different banners as well. Doesn't necessarily look unified, but the act is one.
Let me ask this, Logan. How did 100 or 60 goblins just happen to find their way into your city?
Well, we noticed them coming over the horizon not too long ago, fortified our defences within the city. And then it seems that they waited outside for a time. And then they just, one night, all at once, we didn't even hear them approach. They overwhelmed us. Set fire to the city. It still burns now, actually. It's been for the last 18 hours.
Yes, but how did they get in?
I mean, some came in through the main gates, some came in through the sewers.
So you fortified your city, but you didn't shut the gate?
No, the gates were shut.
So they had siege weapons.
I don't know how they made it inside. I was not at the front lines when it happened. I was guarding them all. I was guarding the women and children. That was my post.
How close are we to Falstad? We're still a good ways away.
Given the travel, you all would be about a half day's travel away.
So I couldn't see if there were any like holes in the wall or like.
From what you can give me a perception check.
All right, so the infantry is all held in one place together.
Well, part of our infantry within the watchtower. The most of the folks are they sort of gathered us up all around the city. You see, I don't understand their language, but they don't seem to speak a lot actually.
Well, it's a disgusting language, actually, but it's quite easy to learn.
I'm sorry. I wish I could tell you more. I only
I'm
know where they
baffled
locked me
about
up.
how the goblins banded together. That's not normal. I mean, the whole region is not normal right now, but
It's odd. I don't know. I'm sorry.
So we go in and kill goblins.
That won't solve anything, dear. They'll just send more.
Who is they?
That's the
then?
question we're asking.
That sounds like something we need to figure out.
So we go scout out the town first.
How are you going to get in?
Logan, any secret passages, ways into the city?
I only know of two myself, but both of them were pretty heavily utilized by...
And forgive me, dear, are there many humans and elves walking around with the goblins?
Not that I saw.
What about the general populace of the city? Where are they at?
They
What's
are
left of them are
Scattered.
holed up inside their homes or being kept captive. Most of them either in their homes or in the wreckage. I didn't see much, I'm sorry, when they made it happen so
It's
fast.
fine, nothing to be sorry about,
Well,
friend.
the infantry, or most of the infantry, is under the watchtower, you did say.
A good segment of us, yeah, about 40 strong.
If we can free them, it would be nice to have help.
If we can manage to free them and have ourselves delivered to whatever is leading them, while they wreck the city, we could cut off the head of the serpent.
But we do not know who they is. He said they did not seem to have a leader.
Somebody is giving them orders. They would not be able to hold the city if it's just a bunch of goblins.
And you said they were from different tribes, but unified.
They all wear different colours. They all have sort of strange, sort of beat-up armour. All of
Did
them.
they have necklaces?
And you see him stop to think for a moment. He just looks down, shaking his head, just retracing the events that were still quite recent. And you just kind of gather he is puzzling through what has occurred. Not that I know of. The only thing that they all seem to have, at least those that carried them, all kept pickaxes. It's odd. No swords, no maces. Pickaxes.
Is
So they took out most of the city guard, who is armored, lightly, if that, and armed with pickaxes.
Caved in the skull of my best friend Brody.
To be fair, this is barely a town, dear. They're probably not the best guardsmen.
That's fair.
Is there a mine around?
Not close by. Closest mountains would be at the Tormund mountain range, but that's more than a week's travel. Week and a half.
Well,
Alright, follow me here for a moment, because you're not going to think this makes any sense. You all just left Calder, correct?
we did.
Yes.
Did you not notice that that town was having difficulty?
They did mention. Wow, my accent's all over the place tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
Me too.
They did mention that they were having some problems
The
with some goblins.
Argent Forest.
Oh my god, where's my fucking
Well, I
to-do?
didn't
Where's
mean
my to-do
goblins
list?
specifically. I just meant in general. They were
No, they-
upset
they
there hadn't
did- they
been
did
any
mention a-
merchants through or travelers through. Candle Night was barely a hit this year. They were apparently worried about you, and
We were fine.
Found it. They did mention that there was some goblin activity and that the town was being harried by beast boggart farmers and some sort of fire lizard. So yeah, things are all sorts of out of whack around here.
the roads when I was here were oddly empty.
And we were set upon by those them there lizard folk.
And that's another very good question. Why did they choose to attack you three and bypass me?
Maybe they didn't know you were there.
Maybe you intimidated them.
And you didn't intimidate anybody.
Not usually.
Those are some stupid fucking lizard folk, I'll tell you that. I'll
Unless
tell
they
you,
went off the basis of your camp.
Might have been it. Well, again, you know,
Maybe they thought we had more to steal.
Yes, obviously.
well, it sounds like this town could use our help.
This
use our skills.
town could use our help, but in a broader sense, so could the whole area. And if they're all connected, and we can find out
Well, you said.
what's going on, should we not take that?
Pardon my assumption, Misfortune. You just mentioned that Goblin is quite easy to learn, so I'm assuming you understand it or are proficient in it.
Yes, I speak it fluently. I've
What-
had to work with them in the Cabal numerous times.
What if we followed your lead, got into the city somehow, and got, can't believe I'm saying this, captured, for lack of a better term, and taken to their superior? We might be able to get a little bit more information out of them, and you may be able to translate, and we might be able to get that information. Granted, I don't think the five of us, if Logan joins, will be able to take 60 to 100 goblins on our own.
No, dear, but we could somehow manage to.
We might be able to set some type of diversion if we were also able to simultaneously free or relieve the 40 so strong infantry members that are holed up under the watchtower.
Exactly.
What if we had the prisoner?
You want to get their superior to us?
Well, if we walk in with a valuable enough prisoner and proof that the humans are trying to revolt, we might be escorted to their leader.
Then
So you wanna
would
play-
kill him.
Double agent of sort.
Sorts. More or less a single agent, honestly.
Logan, who runs Timol?
You see him look around for a moment. Timol? I believe that's the Tistrum family. You mean Falstad?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, no,
Forgive
it's
me,
all right.
Stephen misspoke.
It's all right.
Forgot who the fuck we were.
It's
Do you have a mayor? Do you have a
we have a Braumeister, yeah.
okay. Is he still alive?
God, I hope so.
And if so, where would he be?
He'd be central town, just behind one of the gatehouses.
Could you get us into the city and point that out? Forgive me for going on a tangent here. What if we were able to find said Bearmeister? What? How do you pronounce it?
Braumeister.
Burmeister. And get him to work with us under the guise of we would offer him what protection we could. Take him to the superior of this goblin force with a pack of or a contingent of 40 infantrymen at our backs, and using him as a diversion.
They already have him trapped.
Yes, but they obviously want him dead. If he's not already dead. That could be our end. You could speak to them as the humans are revolting. We have brought you their leader. Tell us what we need to know, and then boom. Might get a little messy. We might
That
have to.
involves somehow sneaking him. I look directly at Babar. Past a bunch of goblins.
Maybe he could be with the infantry force. Lead them.
We don't have anybody who looks like him.
No offense, Babar.
There's not many who look
Oh,
like him.
This
No.
sounds like it might. We
Sorry,
might
I
need to
just
be a little
didn't
bit
know.
more inconspicuous.
Logan, you got out. Do you think you could get back in, dear?
Yeah.
You know I love you.
Do you think you could free those, or at least unlock the cage the infantry is in beneath the watchtower?
I could try.
Are they in a cage?
They locked up him. It's
I
so strange. Some of them have shackles.
could rip
Others of
the
them
door.
don't. Others of them just sit there and hold their head.
Well, the idea
Are they
would
under
be
guard?
to get them out while we are inside with the
Sometimes.
leaders, ending the leaders.
When they are under guard, how many are with them?
Half dozen or more.
So you
All right.
get me to
Could you
them,
could you get us
Yes.
to the watchtower?
and then you go, and I will free them.
No, you would come. Hold on.
He thinks for a minute.
Wait a minute. All right.
I could get you as far as both of the sort of shadier entrances into the city, and they're well travelled. So and when I say secret, they're not. It's a small town. We don't have a lot.
Are they small?
The best way to sneak in on this one is going to be right in their sights. We're going to have to come up with a story that makes sense that they would want to take us directly from the gate to their leaders.
But then if we go straight from the gate to their leader, how are we going to get these infantrymen out?
If
Logan.
Logan's going to get them? Under guard of a dozen or so goblins?
I can try.
If Logan can do that, and the four of us can come up with a good enough story as to what...
you could use me as bait.
There would be absolutely no likelihood of you carrying that writ out of that city.
What about me?
There's you, but you don't exactly look like you're from the town.
You dress nice.
Logan,
though.
do they know you?
What did you say?
Logan just mumbles, "You dress nice though." And
That's nice.
It's born there.
The invaders. Are they aware of? Do they recognize people? How long have they been there?
About half a day now, about 18 hours. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure I was seen. I got.
What if he
put
were to rough
inside.
me up a little bit? They don't necessarily know that I'm not from there.
No, but what if we had two Logans?
2 Logans.
How do you surmise we do that?
Well, dears, I believe this might shock you a little bit, but I'm quite adept at disguise.
That does not surprise me.
I may be able to do that eventually, but I can't do anything like that.
You should learn if she is as good as she says.
Trust me, it's on the list of things.
How so?
So you would make yourself look like Logan and get yourself caught?
No, dear, you would have caught me.
But also Logan.
Would then be free to sneak in directly
What
where he
if
knows.
he is captured?
Well, then he failed on his part of the plan, and we're hopefully sitting in front of the leaders, able to do whatever it is you did last time where you exploded.
I did explode.
And that way, we would be in the middle of the room with
So
who we needed to kill at full strength, instead of fighting 60 goblins to get there.
I like that idea. Logan, what do you think? You think you could get in and you could get him out?
Or Logan can be your prisoner and I can get them in and out.
I could certainly try. I know the way around. well enough.
Logan can do it.
If you give me the opportunity, I can get my way around. I can't promise you that I'll make it happen.
Logan
but
does
I'll
also
do my
know the
best.
city a little better than us, and I don't want to discredit your abilities or your skills, Misfortune, but
I also wouldn't want to put a lovely lady of yourself in any sort of danger. Although I imagine that you could probably do.
I chuckle a little
I don't.
bit.
Well,
He's sweet, isn't he?
you just see him flush, beet red. Yeah.
Okay. So, Logan,
Yeah.
if you can get in and you can get your men out,
All right. Well, if I'm gonna get in, I can't have a horse.
No, dear, you would not have the horse because, as you, I would have been captured with the horse.
His name's Zephyr.
Funny, I name like every horse I ever have in a video game Zephyr, but okay.
I thought you were gonna say horse. This is my horse
You
named
just kinda,
Horse.
you see him pat the. This is
Roach, E-pony.
a very muscular. It's just a stocky horse, but it is. You can tell that it is gray, dappled with white throughout. Mane of also like a similar gray to white fade.
Oh.
Just you're just gonna as he pats it on the side.
Alright, is how quickly do we have to do this? Because there's no way Logan's going to be able to hobble back the way he is right now.
I'll tell you right now, they do most of the patrols at night, starting around sundown. And as you look around, you see that you've been having this conversation for a period of time. Given your It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon at this juncture. You would reach the town at nightfall.
Okay, then let's, as a group, start walking toward the town so we're there around nightfall and we can
We'll do this at morning.
talk on the way there.
All right. So you want to be walking and talking to the...
Yeah,
men?
so we're doing two things at once.
Logan kind of turns as he points out. You see, as he begins walking, he begins pointing out to you different... The general structure and size of the city, giving you a basic layout. And as it's not necessarily large, but we've got everything sorted around sort of the center of the town. Most of the smaller houses sit on the exterior and the perimeter.
All right. Logan, I need you to,
So
without any ego, tell me honestly if you can unlock whatever has them locked up, because the infantry freed is a very important part of this.
That's the only thing I'm good at, actually.
what if I was
He'll
to
do.
what if I was
Can
to
I
go
insight check that statement?
Yeah, go ahead.
What if I
Just
was
to see
to
if it's telling
go
the truth.
with Logan and
Yeah, I
create
just
some
want to
kind of
see
distraction
how much
for the
he's
guard and try to
BSing
pull them
us.
away to give them some more
19.
time?
You're the only one that
Above
they will
board.
accept as the leader
You gather from his slight build and the way that
As
he
the
is.
leader?
He does
of this group, yes.
and the weapons he's carrying. He
Okay,
carries
so
daggers and
that's
very
a
light
no,
weapons.
that's fine.
He's
If-
not necessarily a
if
armed
I'm to
fighter.
play the part
Okay.
of Logan,
Very well.
there will be, no offense, but I doubt they would.
I'm not
Okay.
that important, honestly.
Okay.
You will be.
You will. All right. I see where I see your point there, Misfortune. Thank you.
So, all right, if I'm playing the part of Logan, there's going to be some specific things that I need to know if you all can do. And I'm sorry, I just met you, and I saw you all have extraordinary abilities. I don't know if there's more or not, but you're going to have to play parts here.
What do you need to know?
If you can lie effectively.
No.
Well, this
Good.
might
You will be the muscle.
this might be a time
Good.
where we just Babar, we need you to be foreboding like you are.
Okay, at it.
You
I
can
mean,
be that
it's
without
all well
talking
due
if it's
respect,
any
my
sort of
friend.
consolation. He's big.
Not
I know,
trying
in
to-
my opinion,
not
don't
trying
you?
to
No, it's
insult or
fine. We'd
anything.
love your help. You're a native of the town, dear.
Well, what would you like to know about the layout of the town?
Well, first off, we need to. As long as you can do what you can do to get the infantry freed about the same time we get introduced to the leaders,
Yeah.
Protect yourself.
while we're wreaking havoc inside, you can be wreaking havoc outside.
I can certainly try.
And gentlemen, we might want to try to keep one of them alive to talk.
Which one?
I could do that.
Any particular one is fine.
One of them.
2, maybe 3.
Don't forget, folks. 10 gold pieces a head. Recognizable head. I know that you love your hammer.
And I
will
believe
hit
we
them
will be
all in the
accredited.
chest.
What was that?
I
Mr.
believe
Levin?
we would also be accredited with whatever the infantry killed.
I'm sure they'd like having more people alive than less. I mean, I can't guarantee that. I only
Okay,
have the
I
writ
like
that
this plan. I
brought.
think we should get it in motion.
So, dear, you should be on a horse. Which horse looks better?
Yours.
You should ride Beauty here.
All right.
Black Beauty, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, I'm with it.
Your horse is named Beauty.
Yes, dear.
All right. I'll hop on up.
Do you want Zephyr right now? He's pretty worn out, though.
Well,
You're lighter than I am, so
I should probably also be attached to him differently. You should probably be riding Zephyr.
You want me to ride the horse?
I cannot ride him.
Well, here's the thing, dear. He's going to have to be in charge of the group.
Yes.
You're going to have to be muscle. He's hired you or something, but you work for him. Your opinion will not matter here.
Does anybody have any rope or
you immediately see
shackles or manacles?
Logan begin digging through his sour patch, and he pulls out about 50 feet of hempen rope, and he just kind of, I got rope, shekels, hold on, and he sets it down on the saddle and begins searching in the pack.
You are very obviously a cleric.
Yes.
You will be along for
shackles.
shackles.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can I
Okay.
have some of that rope?
Yeah.
Just defer
He
to
just
him.
hands
It'll
it
be
off.
fine.
So
course.
I'll take
Okay.
out the one dagger that I have and cut about 2-3 feet of rope. Misfortune.
Are we
Renee.
tying me up right this moment?
Just your
or-
hands. Well, when we get closer, I guess. So I'll get that ready.
Because I'm assuming we're not going through at night, right? We are
I
we are
wouldn't
planning
recommend it,
on waiting
honestly.
till morning so
Yeah.
Logan can get.
So we can tie your hands up loosely. That
There's
way
no
you
need to do it loosely. Yeah, I can get out of
Oh,
them.
very well. Okay. And then we can tie you up to the horse, and we can lead you in.
Yep.
As Logan, if you say you are adept in disguising, we will request to speak to whoever was involved, as we found this guard fleeing the city with a writ of money per head, and we'd like to turn him in.
Exactly. You want to be on their side. You
correct.
guys will be the bad guys.
So we will be wanting something from the goblins.
Or we will be taking the 10 gold.
Or we will
Per
be
head.
taking the 10 gold per head.
We are threatening them.
Yes, dear.
They will not like that.
I don't
we
think
are
they're
basically
gonna like.
going to shake down this entire city.
So when do I use the muscle?
Well, if things go bad, or
If or when?
when things go bad, or if they try to call our bluff, we might have to have you get a little physical. If maybe we are rushed by one or two, once getting to the superior, maybe I point at them and you grab them and bonk their heads together and kill them. or
You will,
something. I don't
likely,
know.
you will likely be carrying me at that point.
As the muscle, I will know when to attack.
Well, then I'll let you make that call.
But yes, I do believe we should attack them and walk out of that building with the leader's head on a pike.
That's-
Or a glaive.
There you go.
I like that.
Not the sharp end, dear. We need the head intact.
I will think of that.
Okay.
So I would say at this juncture, you guys are about you're 3 or 4 miles out of the, at best judgment, out of the exterior of the city at this, or the town at this point. At this distance, you can make out its shape. It is very small, but what stands out most stark to you, and as the sun begins to set over the sky on the western horizon beneath some of the Tawodi Hills to the west, or I'm sorry, to the Torma Mountains to the west, are the yellow flickering lights that seem to be jumping from building to building.
All right. Now, before we actually rest, can I ask a mechanics question?
If you would like to, yes.
Okay. With telepathy, if I am able to communicate with Carter during his deception checks and performance checks, would he get advantage with stuff like that if Delilah is giving him
That is
advice?
interesting. So that is how you would be aiding him, is giving him advice?
I don't know until it happens, but with telepathy, I could communicate with him without anybody knowing as long as he's within 30 feet.
So what I would say in this instance, right, I would simply ask for a... So yes, right?
Yes? Okay.
In terms of the mastery of telepathy on your end, I don't think that it would interfere with you having to interact with anybody. At that point, it would probably make sense for you to be a little bit more quiet in your form. So there wouldn't necessarily be a detriment for you on your end should you be asked questions, unless you're like mid-telepathy conversation. Then you can just cut it off. But I would say yes, you would be able to aid.
To be fair, there are a lot of personalities screaming inside this guy's head all the time. So.
Yes. So I mean,
Who knows what you're gonna get?
so I would
Yeah.
I would say like dependent upon
But,
the
okay,
advice,
but-
right? Yes, absolutely. I would say
But
that would grant
he could
advantage.
therefore utilize. Okay. All right. Well, then as we're making camp, I guess we should start talking more detailed strategy. So, oh look, Diaz, you have camping stuff.
I don't know about you, but I am very excited to actually sleep in a bedroll and not on the hard ground no more.
Yeah, it makes a difference, doesn't it?
Sure does.
I like
I
my
wouldn't
blanket.
necessarily recommend a fire though.
Do I have 2 bedrolls? No. Oh well.
I suppose you'd like to know the layout of the city.
The layout of the city will be helpful. Dear, yes, they hopefully will be escorting us where we need to go, but
Yeah. All right. So, Falstad's not large. Perhaps about 40 buildings in total, 40, 45. Most of the larger buildings are towards the centre. Thinking there is, of course, military-wise, easier to protect them. More room to get through in order to get to the more vital spots, yeah? Braumeister's home is on the interior, along with some of the larger inns and taverns and some of the more merchanty type stores like the blacksmith and things like that. Only other sort of interesting locale is we have one of the only remaining. We have a shrine remaining towards the centre of town well, the name doesn't matter, but it's to Helm.
Alright, as he's doing this, I'm getting out a change of clothing for him.
Okay.
Is he wearing any armor at all?
He is studded leather.
Oh, good. That's convenient.
Who is Helm?
He's one of the gods that died in the deception that started the war.
Could I do a religion check on him?
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh. 10. He's one of the guys that died in the deception.
Yep. That's about all you know.
Once I'm getting done with getting the clothes out, I am intently studying Logan.
Okay. As you're kind of studying him, he doesn't notice at all. So it's not necessarily the shape of a wheel. It's more of like a bit of an oval, yeah. The river Lareth runs to our southwestern side. It feeds in from the sea. That's why we settled there. Actually, it's the last sort of refuge before the desert. Yeah. Nothing really in way of walls. We have some sort of basic fences and fortified, maybe chest height walls here and there, but it's sparse. Yeah, we don't normally get this sort of aggression. We have two major watchtowers, one at the northern side, one at the southern side of the city. Nothing in the way of like gates that you normally expect. Yeah, there's no big wall, but we do have guard. Sort of by the towers there are entryways. Yeah. There are only two entrances. We can't have any entrances that are secret and sewer-like because of on the southwestern side because of the river Lareth.
That's all right, dear. We'll be walking straight in. You'll be the one sneaking in.
All right. Yeah. I can do that. I'm gonna go for the northern watchtower. That's the one that I made it out of from. It's a bit of a longer walk, but it's the one that I know better. Yeah. I
believe so. If
Makes
that's what you
sense
think.
to me.
You know the land better than we do.
Well, it's the one we know better.
Yes, very good, Baba.
I'll just say.
Don't use the noise thing yet. Not
do
yet.
me a favour though. Watch out for the ones with white eyes. The ones that have white eyes, are just strange sort of.
The ones that are
feeling.
bigger than goblins?
They're all bigger though. But the ones that have white eyes are the strangest ones.
Strange hat.
What do they do?
I just feel funny in my head.
Just turn and look at card.
Makes it uneasy. You know how the hair stands up on the back of your neck.
Well, dear, I think we know better than you think.
Alright, well,
All right.
that's not at all terrifying.
No, well,
Listen, I'd rather be with you than in there, and I'm more than happy to go sneak in if you're able to, and I'll do my best. That's why I was able to escape, you know.
all right, dear. Well, I'm going to need your clothing.
What?
She is going to need your clothing.
Yes, dear. Here's a change of clothing.
And he looks at it, and he looks at all of you.
Take your clothes off.
Logan.
Okay. He just looks confused, and he begins to unbuckle the studded leather armor, and it's grimy, covered in sweat, just a little bit worse for
Uncomfortable
wear.
eye contact.
But
Oh, Delilah is making sure she gets every detail.
and he just as he removes, you see it's a
There's
very
obvious reason, but he doesn't realize it.
so linen, and he notices the intense staring, and he goes, "Do I have to do that in front of you?" Or?
Dear, I just need to be able to copy what you look like.
Oh, that makes more sense. We could have said that. All right. He begins with a little bit more understanding, being able to And as he does, he literally like kind of turns and is showing you. I don't necessarily understand it, but if that's what you need.
Ow, ow.
And he, he's a lithe, well-built individual. You can tell he's very slim but dense. And he is, as he finishes, he hands off wearing his sparse undergarments. He's just, all right, there it is.
As he hands them to me, I begin putting them on, and I'm right there with him.
He goes, you might want to, okay.
Tit for tat, dear.
All right, and he begins pulling over the clothing that you've given him, kind of dressing into the standard garb.
All right.
All right, so I am now wearing all of your clothing. Great.
Studded leather armor, and what we could call it would be guards' clothes would be the uniform that you're wearing, a Falstad.
Mm-hmm.
It is light blue in make, covered in dirt and blood, some scratches, and the studded leather armor itself seems to be mostly intact, although there is significant wear from what looked like a very recent skirmish, but still functional.
I can still tell you two apart.
Yes, dear, you will be able to until I make the rest of me look like him.
Oh.
Now, Miss Fortune, are we gonna want you to look roughed up? Are we just gonna say you're caught?
Oh, I'm going to take care of that, dear.
Okay.
You're
Now,
very strange, but I like you. You're likable. Thank you.
all right, so we're about
You can
to
thank
rest
us later
now,
once
yes?
the town is freed. Remember the good things that we're doing for you here.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Miss
Yeah.
Fortune. I missed what you said.
I just want to make sure we're about to rest, correct?
I believe so.
I'd appreciate it if I have a vote.
So, this is the part that's going to confuse a number of you. I'm very good at disguising myself. However, you're not going to believe how I do it.
A disguise kit.
Nope,
Makeup.
not quite. And I'm also going to show you how I can get out of the bindings.
Is
So,
it a spell of sorts?
I wouldn't call it a spell, dear. So, if somebody would like to tie me up to the horse, however you're planning on tying Logan up to the horse.
You should be tied to horse or to me.
To you, then, yes.
Could I have your wrist, please?
I will present however you would like.
I will mimic.
I'll go ahead and tie Delilah.
All right. You take a moment to tie a couple of rough-fashioned knots around the wrist to the belt that Babar is wearing, at a little bit of a length away, as if to be led by with the lead. It takes about 2-3 minutes to ensure that it's tight and taut and well, and looks as if it has been fashioned and purposeful.
Too tight?
No, it's just fine, dear.
And you sure you'll be able to get out?
I'm 100% positive.
All right.
All right,
I'll
now.
have some sort of backup plan in case you can't.
Oh no, it's fine, dear. And I'm going to use my action to do my thing to lengthen a little bit and just let them fall off.
You got it. So,
Just like,
as you have Delilah makes eye contact with you and says, "That's totally fine, dear," and you watch her arms become very thin, elongate for a moment, and just slip out of the bindings.
I do not think you need a backup plan.
I think you are right. I apologize for my presumption.
no, it's quite all right, dear. I'm
Just
going
take
to
my
assume
hat
that
off
you're going to
and
want to
just-
cast Detect Magic for the rest of this, though.
I can.
Were you very obviously talking to Carter?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I watched him cast spells.
Miss
I also-
Delilah is your name.
I-
That's very
I'm gonna
unique.
need some.
Yes, dear.
I'm gonna need some time to do that.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. We can continue talking.
Wait a
here.
minute, you can cast spells.
It's all right, Logan, dear. What I can do
Okay.
is much worse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Logan,
He just sits
if
very
you want
quietly.
help, you will trust me.
I do trust you. I was just asking a question for
Are you sure?
clarification. Yeah, no, totally.
You're not gonna tell anybody what I can do.
No, why would I?
Shake on it.
Absolutely. And he reaches out, and you see him kind of shaking a
I
little bit.
cast
just gonna-
friends.
And you're okay. You just, all right, yeah. Yeah.
So, don't tell anybody.
All right, yeah. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
I rolled a 9 and a 10, so 13.
And he says, all right, yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't know who I'd tell anyway.
Good boy. Alright, so I pull out my book.
Don't worry, dear. If we earn their adoration, they will tell whoever's looking for you that you went the other way.
I will cast Lingering Magic so as to cast Detect Magic on myself.
I'm gonna start ritually casting Detect Magic.
Please do. Right,
Just
about
as
a,
he's just...
about a minute later, you see Logan kind of look around and go. He scratches his head.
I'm just going to keep talking to Logan to try to get his accent.
Yeah, so,
Yes,
normally
yeah.
in this type of year, Falstad's quite nice. It's
I've
been a
never
bit
gone
strange
through
with that
with
lack
you
of
guys.
harvest. But,
Right.
yeah. So I'd say you spend that time talking to him. So after 10 minutes pass, the spell is cast, ritually.
Yeah.
And your cast, you're good too?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Logan.
Yeah.
Just do not panic.
Okay. And you see him tilt his head a little bit like a confused puppy.
And I'm going to turn, I'm going to look at these two with detect magic, and I'm going to turn into Logan.
You watch the form shift for a moment and grow ever so slightly over a couple of seconds to become an identical match in every single way, down to the dirt stains.
And then I'm going to catch Logan.
Logan looks at you and goes,
Oh, he didn't pass out. Normally they pass out.
and he takes a
Now
minute.
I cannot tell you two apart.
As
He has
he looks at you
different
for a moment, he kind
clothes.
of goes,
Oh, for gods, yes. There, better.
Hearing his voice, he looks at Babar and goes, alcohol.
Can I catch him before he finds?
Give me a
That's what I
dexterity
was,
save.
yeah, trying to get...
Dexterity.
He was good up until the voice.
18.
You kind of, and his body is limp and surprisingly dense for his size.
He
Okay.
did pass out.
What kind of magic?
No magic.
I told you you'd want to have detect magic up for this.
That is mighty fucking fascinating misfortune. We might have to have a conversation later if you're open to it, but that's
Well, for now, it's Logan.
that's
Yes.
Logan. That's quite impressive.
You hear,
All right, so we just put him down. Maybe we just let him.
Now, we're going to have to disguise him a little bit.
Can you do what you did to him?
No, he is a human.
Oh, that would have been easy.
So,
if you want to kind of, depending on how you want to disguise him, let me know and we can do a check for that. But just let me know.
just need to make him look like he's not who he was, and I don't think these goblins will really care that much.
So I'd say give me a dexterity check. If anybody would like to
I mean,
assist, it can
I've-
be with advantage.
Make it with advantage.
I've
Babar
given
will
him...
assist.
I don't know how, but I will help.
Holding his head, positioning him, like
I've
getting
given
the
him
body
new clothing.
that's limp.
Just have to make
I've
him...
got this bag of sand. I can dirty his hair up a
19.
little bit.
This dexterity, you said?
Dexterity check.
Yeah,
Shave
literally.
his head.
I got sand.
20 pocket sand.
23?
Little bag of sand.
23. Okay, so with
Oh,
Babar's
oh, yeah.
assistance kind of moving and positioning him in the night, you're able to effectively, and the light is poor, right? So waiting until dusk has added an additional degree of difficulty to this, but because you are able to, with Babar's assistance kind of positioning the body, you're able to catch the little light that exists in the evening and are able to effectively kind of mask who he was, or at least make him look very... It's hard to identify any
Unassuming. I don't-
particular
yeah.
shape because of all of the sort of dirt and grime that you have put to his body.
Right. Now, while you still have that other spell up,
Has it not been 10 minutes? It hasn't
Nope.
been? No.
while I'm doing this, do you mind if I talk to you directly in your head? Because I believe that will be of assistance too.
If you have the means, I guess that's fine.
I actually do, and telepathically, so it's going to come across in whatever language you are most comfortable in.
Common.
Right, so if you're not completely confident of your abilities to persuade them of who you are, I could hop in like this and give you advice, but I'll have to be within 30 feet of you. You can respond.
I don't think I'll have a problem with that, nor do I think you'll be further than 30 feet.
Is that a yes, you'd like the help, or no, you don't want the help?
You may help.
Okay.
I'm not going to turn help down.
All right then. Well, let's get a night's rest and let Logan
When
get used to not being
Logan
Logan.
does that, I'm looking at... Was it a spell or was it in a spell? So I'm looking at if there was any components and
Give
things
me
like
an
that.
Arcana check.
I'm just curious how they
No,
can.
no worries.
Dirty 20.
It is so you do not detect any sort of movement like you would be. So from your perception of a studied magical component, you do not detect any of that.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't a spell.
But you are familiar with the sensation.
Okay.
Enough to where it would, for anybody else, it might frighten them, but for you, you're like, oh yeah, we've done this a million
It's
times.
almost comforting.
Yeah. It's that familiar buzz that exists in the back of the mind that you're used to having, and it hasn't been there for a while.
So, dears. Might I suggest some sleep while we wait for Logan to wake up? I can take first watch.
All right.
I'm out.
All right. So, what are watches looking like? It would be everybody. In order to do the long rests, I need to correct myself. Sorry, I did it wrong last time. It would be each of you doing 2 hours, in order for everybody to get an 8-hour.
I would do the last.
All right.
Because I'm passing out first.
Got it. Logan's probably going to be waking up in the last watch.
I'll
Can you
do
pass?
second.
All right. And third. Okay. So, Logan, I need a perception check, please. Logan / Delilah, or Delilah / Logan.
Because at third I get a long rest anyway.
Natural 20
Third
with
I get
5, so
one.
25.
Yeah, because you don't need 4. right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, looking around, you notice a number of things.
Woohoo!
As you begin to orient yourself with the city structure, you find yourself noticing that the flames themselves that are igniting throughout the town are consistently burning in the same location. There is very little spread. You also notice that there is a number of what look to be troops begin making their way silhouetted out of the western portion of the exterior of the city, to the tune of, with that roll, you're looking at least 3 dozen. It is a troop. It is 2 battalions, I think would be the best way to put that. 2 battalions of what look to be these significantly larger than any goblin you have ever seen form. They share the same shape, the same gait. That's all very similar, but they are huge in terms of what a goblin would normally be. If they're considered small, normally they would be considered medium or large. Same shape, though. However, they walk with the same hunched gait, lumbering, swinging arms, and you swear over the wind you hear the similar, like, just kind of the very carrying through the wind general sound of surprisingly enough, what languages do you speak?
Abyssal, Common, Elvish, Goblin, Orc, Telepathy, and Thieves' Cant.
So it is
Just to name a few.
It does not hit your brain as any of those languages,
Okay.
oddly enough to you.
I was asleep for this, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And they continue westerly, heading towards the silhouette of the Torment Mountains, and you don't see any other movement outside of that troop moving, save for what looks to be a perimeter walk of, you're able to count about 8, making their way consistently in 2 laps, so 2 groups of 8 around the city itself. Very coordinated, and what strikes you the most as odd, given your passive insight, is they do not speak at all to one another, and they do not so much as acknowledge each other as they pass.
Okay. That's it?
Yep.
All right.
About
that
2
was my
hours.
2 hours?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go wake up Carter, was it? It was Carter.
Yeah, I'm
right?
second.
Yep. I'm going to go wake up Carter. All right, mate. This is what I've noticed. The flames are not moving. They're burning in one spot consistently. There was about 3 dozen goblins, but they're much larger than goblin, and they were not speaking goblin.
Do you know what they were speaking?
No, I don't. But
Can you recite anything they said? Did you hear it well enough that you might be able to?
Not really. They left from the west of the town over there. And they were just heading toward the mountains. There's 2 groups of 8 that are doing a perimeter lap around. They're very coordinated, but they don't speak to each other at all.
Interesting. Alright, I'll keep an eye out. See if I can hear or see that.
All right. Now there's one other thing. There is a distinct possibility that they will take me from you and try to lock me away somewhere.
I won't let them do that.
You're perfectly able to. I can get out.
Alright.
Alright. I'm gonna go to bed, and before I go to bed, I'm gonna do my little pouch trick that we talked about to get my thieves' tools in with me just in case.
You got it. You're able to get them tucked away safely.
Perfect.
Okay. Carter, please give me a perception check.
Oh boy. 3.
3. You find yourself enraptured with your reading, especially given a couple of the revelations that you've had today, and the events of the day. That is all a lot to take in for you, so you find yourself seeking comfort in the books, and going back and reciting some of the more common incantations. Okay. Your watch passes without incident.
I'll go wake up Kai Landy.
You find yourself roused from your meditations, which dreamless.
Exciting.
Alright, so did I see any? I just was reading.
Yep.
Logan shared that there's 2 groups of 8 that are doing perimeter laps of the town. I didn't see anything while I was out here. He mentioned that they don't speak to each other, and then there was some speech that I don't know where it was coming from, but he couldn't understand them. The fire doesn't seem to be spreading, it's stationary in one spot, so that leads me to believe it's some type of magical fire. Could be, I'm not sure, without getting closer. But I didn't see anything out of the ordinary while I was up.
Okay.
Also, before I go to bed, I know that I haven't had the opportunity to talk to you, but thank you for trusting me with my abilities and not making a big deal about it. It's kind of hard right now, and I'd like to talk to you about it more since I kind of have known you the longest.
It was no big deal. I see no issues with magic users.
Well, I appreciate that, and I hope we can have some other conversation maybe after this whole ordeal here we come out on top.
Anytime.
Thank you. I'll go to bed.
All right. Perception check from Kai.
16.
16. You're able to track the groups as they continue to progress. You also notice that the flames at this point begin to sometimes flicker and almost seemingly go dark in some areas, while in other areas they crop up.
It's
on
one of 3 things, and I can change it up.
No
every
movement
day,
still.
So
Just
if you wanted to help.
It'll get me the
outside of that is
deception.
the dawn begins to rise. The watch passes without
Which I
any
don't know why it
event.
didn't start with that,
As
but-
you make your way to wake up, you said 16?
Yeah.
As you make your way to wake up Babar, you notice a flicker of movement at the top of the southernmost watchtower that Logan had pointed out to you previously. Based on the watch and the patrols that you've seen that have been fairly consistent, this looks to be in this of the same size, entities at the same size, about 3 of them at the top of the tower, looking about and kind of scanning the surroundings. And then, as you make your way to jostle Babar awake, you see 2 of them disappear. Down the
2 of the
watchtower.
3.
2 of the 3.
And we did not light a fire, right? Right?
I don't believe we did. Logan
warned us.
Logan number 1 said it was not a good
I
idea.
said no.
Real Logan. Hashtag not my Logan.
I'm a real Logan right now. Prove me different.
Is that slang? You're being a real Logan right now.
Babar,
What?
it is your turn for watch.
Has anything happened?
I saw 3 large goblins on the top of that tower there. Now there's 1.
Where did the 2 of them go?
You hear a voice beside you. You say, what's that? As Logan is kind of like, rouses himself and gets a look at examining the vicinity and sees himself on the ground, and he goes, I'm never going to get used to that. You were saying?
There's a large goblin on that watchtower there.
And 2 disappeared.
Oh, shit. All right.
Is Is that not good?
And he kind of nudges his head it's ever so slightly. Talking about that tower there. And he points to the one that's closest to you, facing south. That's a pretty good view of the region. I don't want to think that they saw us, but can't be too careful. If you want, I can leave tonight and try to make my way northward.
Are we not going today?
As soon as your watch is over,
What I'm just saying is,
do you think we should go now?
I'm not saying that you should. Might need a decoy. If you don't want to, that's fine.
A decoy.
Distraction. If they saw anything or any movement, then you might expect a patrol. I don't know how they work. I just know that they've been brutal. And they've been a lot smarter than the gits we've seen before. Goblins aren't new to the area, they just know being this big. Normally they're a nuisance. Not like this.
I will keep an eye out for patrols, but we should go today.
Absolutely, but if you want me to set off early, I could divert them.
I'm a sleeper.
Yep. But you are supposed to sneak in and free the infantry.
Absolutely, and I'm more than happy to do that.
So that is what you will do.
Alright then. Like I say, I just worry after things I've seen. I'm not trying to get away, I just wanted to help.
But you have seen things with us as well.
You're right. Not all of them have been normal, but they've not been as gory as you know.
Yet.
Yeah. Fair enough. Alright, I'll sit and sit watch. And he just kind of sits and just shuts up and looks around the area.
I will sit down next to him.
As he kind of takes his look. Do you want to take a watch with advantage with Logan assisting you?
Yeah.
Are you staying up, Kai?
I'm gonna do a small perimeter check.
Alright, give me a perception check. And are you trying to be stealthy?
Mm-hmm.
Stealth check with disadvantage.
Perception with advantage?
Yes.
Perception is 17.
Thank you.
An 18 and a 19.
You could have only rolled one dice better.
21.
21?
Oh no, what was it? The first one wasn't bad.
And,
We'll be. Let me get this here stealth check.
10.
10. Okay. As Kai kind of tromps off into the distance, trying to make a short perimeter around your camp. Babar, you and Logan are just kind of each of you keeping watch, and Logan himself has his eyes keenly after hearing Kai loudly make his way away.
Wasn't that loud?
And they are worried about me.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
I'm talking, that was Logan.
Oh, okay.
I'm worried about him. I'll keep an eye on him. Hey, you keep an eye and let me know if anything's coming.
Okay.
You have a way to tell him if there's somebody coming? No.
I mean, I would just use his name.
Right. Good. Okay. Loudly?
Depends on how far away he is.
Okay. Good. I feel very comfortable with this.
Good. You are in good company.
As you slap him on the back, he just kind of slowly sinks with every pounding into the ground. Yeah, okay. Oh. You're strong.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you.
All right. Keep an eye.
Both eyes.
Yeah, it's a good recommended way of doing it. As you keep watch, you see very obviously Kai take a lap around the camp.
I have to tell Harlan he is just bad.
Like bad as a person or bad at what he's doing?
Yes.
Oh.
At what he is doing.
Oh.
He is very nice otherwise.
Well, he's been pretty quiet. Few words. My captain's like that. She's a rough lady. But she gets the job done.
That is what is important.
Getting the job done or being a rough lady?
You ask good questions, Logan.
They tell me I ask too much.
Logan dears Beauregard. You
Is that-
can never ask too many questions.
Okay. Where are you from?
The Feywild.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Odd.
Yep.
I've not heard of that. Is that like a new little land or
It is a different plane.
Oh, I see. I don't know what that means.
So I really don't either.
Oh,
But
all right.
it is a much brighter world.
Bright.
More colorful.
Like sunny all the time, or?
No, different colors.
Oh.
Lots of magic.
I see. More like him.
Time is an illusion.
That's a weird sort of like philosophical thing, isn't it?
No, it is just the way things work.
Huh. Odd.
Yes. Do you know how to get to the... No, you did not know what Feywild
No, I
was.
don't know how to get there, mate. Sorry.
Is Helm from Feywild?
You don't know
You
about
would
Helm?
probably know.
Has nobody ever told you the story?
We do not have Helm in the Feywild.
Do you want to hear about it?
Will it help me get back to Feywild?
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Will it help pass the time?
That one I can say it will.
Then yes.
All right. So in your walk, you notice that the goblin patrols have actually ceased, Kai.
Okay.
It seems that what you've noticed is in the passing, they have made their way back to the... I mean, there's not necessarily an entrance to the town, given the fact that there are no visible walls outside of fences, but they have made their way back to the interior of the town, and from what you can see, making their way through the streets. The patrol has very clearly internalized and localized within the town itself. As you're on your walk, you hear Babar. Logan leans in and goes, "Well, it's an old story.
Bless you.
Bless
you.
Bless you.
And I only know parts of it. They told it growing up. But,
Bless
what
you.
I remember is
Bless you.
I'm okay.
Stop it.
Carter has a spasm in his sleep."
Pat.
Well, in the
It's all
olden
that
days,
Loxodon dander.
I'm allergic.
what they tell at the shrine in the stories of the cloistered one there, back in the day, all the prime came as one. Prime deity says.
They were all one.
Yeah, they emerged. We don't know where they came from. If you believe the stories, they were all nice and together, yeah? But something happened with a couple of them. I don't remember the names. I know one of them's called Talona. That's the one they talk about the most here. Talona and the other one's called Cyric. They say that they brewed some sort of ambrosia for him, for Helm, for Torm. In one of the celebrations, actually, Candle Night, is the night where we celebrate the last light of the divine spark.
That's that party you missed, by the way.
We don't know what happened with Torm and Elm. We just know that they used the last of their spark to create a great dragon. But nobody's seen one of them for a while, but since the Great War, at least
The Great what?
The Great War. It's called the Deceiver. Some people call it the First War. All that matters is it was a war. If you believe that sort of legend, that is, I mean, most of the clericy type, that's what they talk about, but we don't really have a lot of them here. We just have all the cloistered. They're the last folks in service to the memory of Elm.
Interesting.
I mean, some people think it is. I
What
suppose.
do you think?
Well, I think if the stories are true, then I guess even gods can die.
Anyone can die.
I guess that's nice.
It is not bad. It is not good.
It just is, yeah?
It just is.
It's pretty wise,
Unless it isn't.
Yeah, suppose so.
Yes.
Well, in any case, that's the story.
Thank you for sharing your fairy tale.
Yeah, anytime. Assuming we make it here alive, I got plenty of them.
I'm sure we will.
I hope so. I like you.
I like you too, Logan Deers Beauregard.
If I may just say one thing, and he reaches out to shake your hand, you can just call me Logan.
Just Logan.
Yeah,
You can just call me Babar.
Babar. Pleasure to meet you, Babar. I hope you're successful in what you do. We'll be greatly in your debt.
I hope you are too, Logan. Because if you are not, we might die. But we might not. And I'll sit back for watch.
Logan looks at you for a minute and just kind of nonplussed silence, just... Oh,
Logan is going to be having some PTSD flashbacks the rest of his life.
Is philosophical.
Is figure.
the rest of your...
figure of speech.
You also notice that in the time that Kai, as he approaches, the watch has ended and the patrols have... Your watch has ended. The patrols make their way back into the town proper. The two goblins that Kai had told you had left, do not reappear at the top of the watchtower.
How was your walk?
The patrols have gone back. And the two goblins have not reemerged.
Probably because they saw you.
You think?
Maybe. They have not returned.
They didn't come after us, though. Not yet.
Very true. We should get to them first.
We should get going. And I'll move to wake the other two.
All right. You are shaken awake, each of you. Harlan, or not Harlan. Who are you now? Delilah?
Logan.
Logan. God, so many names.
DeLogan.
DeLogan. I literally cycled through
DeLolan.
DeLolan.
Lolan.
Logan was your character. I just stole
You're
him.
right.
I just stole him.
You're right. You wake up, DeLogan. Lila.
There were three goblins on the tower, and then two of them disappeared. Kai Landy took a walk.
I still look beat to shit, by the way. I did not change.
Yes, you were trying to be Logan.
Yep.
Yes,
He took a nice walk, and no one came after us. You are caught up.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
The strangest part is hearing you talk.
The strangest part is the talking, actually.
In it, yeah. Well,
In it, yeah.
In it?
In it, yeah.
Yeah, in it.
Oh, mister.
Oi!
Oh,
In it,
mister.
yeah. All right, well, let's be going. I'm the Logan you want to tie up. He's the Logan you want to get.
Yes,
Logan,
are
you should get moving.
All right. Best of luck.
And Logan,
Yeah.
remember what I said. And then I'll go back and start tying.
The rest of you see Logan swallow really hard and turn. He takes two really kind of
What did you say?
staggery steps.
I'm kind
and
of
then-
curious myself.
Oh, I told him good luck.
Damn.
Because
Nice stealth roll. He just crouches and slips away, kind of following the well-worn path.
I told
He'll
him
be
if
fine.
he did not succeed that we would die.
It's a natural 19 plus his stealth. That's dope.
Damn.
No, we won't.
But he is going to be fine.
He's good.
We'll be fine.
Be
The rest of the
good.
town will die if he just doesn't succeed.
No pressure.
No pressure. None. Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Get up on the horse here.
Let's tie you up.
We've
Oh,
already done that.
you,
Dude.
Oh, I
you
missed that.
missed.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
De Logan has been tied.
Just Logan. Don't
Well, then
get
I will
confused. They know
mount
me.
this horse.
They know me.
And now we ride. Okay. I will not get confused.
Shall we?
All right, so I'm
Let's
going to
do
pretend
it.
to be unconscious and you enjoy.
All right.
All right. So you all approach.
All right. Let's head up to the city.
It's just my thieves' tools. I'm not happy to see you.
Okay.
Oh, goodness. He is definitely changing.
Yeah.
He embellished.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
He got good look. We should probably go before this gets worse.
Okay, so as you approach, we have said that Carter is taking lead on this, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, Carter, give me a performance check with advantage.
Oh, I can do that, I guess.
Delilah over the Logan is who it is. Over the shoulder, Glaive in the other
Listen,
hand.
I went back 2 characters, so like I don't know where you're at.
12.
12. As you approach, you see, as you get to about a mile out, you notice that there is some immediate movement within the city, and you see just heads begin. Large, grotesque, pointy-eared, pale You would expect, for those of you who are familiar with goblins, unfortunately, Babar, probably not as familiar. For you, these creatures are grotesque. Kai and Carter, from what you've read about in books, most goblins there are small in stature. These stand at or above your height. Faces warped, some of which have eyes that are just a slight milky white. Ears that taper off into what look to be scarred slits, as if they've kind of been jagged or cut away. Each of them have a piecemeal armor of varying colors. Some of them deep green, others a bright, vibrant orange, some of them a dark fuchsia, and then even some are a reddish black, in a variety of different patterns. For the green, you see 3 slashes over the front. Across the orange, you see what look to be small bursts. The black and red are just kind of spattered throughout the armor itself. And as you approach, all of them don't make a move, they just watch you.
I'm not familiar with goblins. None of it is triggering. I have zero familiarity.
At this joint, it is disturbing on the face of it.
Okay. But it's not
Not as of yet.
making me itch. Okay.
Not as of yet.
Good.
You approach
You are
and about
safe now.
at about 200 feet away from the entrance of the south entrance with the watchtower above, you hear a shout from the top that kind of echoes down, and it... Language for all of you. What language do you speak, Kai?
Not giant and elvish.
Okay.
Are the other ones.
We know what we have for Dialogan. Babar.
Sylvan.
Got it. Carter.
Celestial common and undercommon.
Almost took undercommon.
You catch the words he is saying. It is undercommon,
How we chose right.
and you hear,
They're approaching. Keep an eye on the ones that carry this. He smells familiar.
and you see 3 begin making their way, kind of just lumbering to the entrance. And as they meet you, the largest one kind of lifts his head,
See? The clothes.
and in undercommon to you,
Who speaks for bringing the lost one back?
That would be me. And I say it in undercommon.
Does it? He speaks our language.
he looks back at you.
Leave him. We will take him back.
I don't think you will. Seems you lost him, and I have found him. Seems you owe me a little something.
Make a deception check.
Does he get advantage?
Or is anybody assisting?
I have as much telepathy as I can, yeah.
Yep.
I'm just making sure nobody's sneaking
Advantage?
up
No advantage?
Yep, advantage.
Be the bustle.
What'd you say? Deception?
Yep.
21.
21. He looks at you. Cocked.
What would you have?
Take me to who's in charge.
Gladly.
And he looks at the others and he says,
They want to go to Farlax.
Wait, I don't know.
I hear that. Farlax?
Yeah, I don't know what's
F-A-R-L-E-X,
happening.
Farlex.
F-A-R.
L-E-X, Farlex.
I don't speak undercommon.
Literally just giving
Out
advice
of
like
the phrases, do we recognize a name there?
Oddly enough, this is such a deep and guttural language. It's you see Carter who is speaking it, but even as he does, he has to sit and chew on the word before getting it out. It is a deeply guttural. For you, the conversation is very much like,
It's
It's like black speech, almost.
like what?
Like black speech, like the equivalent to like Mordor.
Yeah.
Type. So it's
Yeah,
like really... have I heard the name Farlex before?
Give me an intelligence check.
21?
Not familiar.
Okay.
I'm just giving advice. Like, you are better than these minions. These minions need to take you to an equal.
Yep. And you see, as the one who speaks up looks and he kind of just gives some general noises and head motions, kind of grotesquely whipping his head about. You see now there are a number of piercings that look like stone through the ears, up and in between the nose. And as you do, you see what looks to be a tall and slim woman-like figure. And at this point, all of you notice that the skin, while it ranges from green to a very pale...
I'm feigning it.
You're feigning unconsciousness?
Yeah.
Okay.
To a very pale, but all of it seems like it's not seen the sun in some time. Even in this bright locale, all of these look to be very faded, like parchment thin skin of a faded green and yellow.
And they're up on the tower?
They
Talking
are
down?
now coming and flanking you.
Okay.
You have about 6 on either side, and this one female approaches. She says,
Zayekla, you're bringing them to Farlix, are you?
and he looks back.
Yes, Madam Crown. Yet, I will accompany. I smell funny.
Sometime today would be nice.
And she
I'm
looks
so
at you,
excited. We're creating a distraction too.
and you see as she
I don't like my time to be wasted.
she sees and she looks at you for a moment. She just
Did you
raises,
give me the writ, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
She has very clouded eyes at this point. This is almost fully white, and as you speak, her head whips to you unnaturally, as if locating you by sound. And
Then we will not keep you. Walk.
And at this point, they all fall in line around and begin moving you forward through the city. You are patrolled by 6 individuals of size ranging from about 5 feet even to some of them are about 6 feet in height. All of which look to be just a goblin as if they've been enlarged.
How close are they to me?
Each of them are keeping about a 4 to 5 foot distance away from all of you, but they are flanking all of you, surrounding you.
Are they like any sort of visually afraid of me? Or are they like, if I turn and look at one, do they kind of take a step to the side?
Give me an insight check.
I can't do that.
At this distance, do I recognize like why these goblins are bigger, or do I recognize like the kind of goblin they are?
Give me an Arcana check.
That'd be a big ol' 3.
So we're
You detect nothing.
they're taking us?
Yep.
Pretty big board.
9.
9. These are big
This is
fucking
what you
goblins,
expected.
man.
Cool.
So
So
I'll-
afraid of me.
When they start walking us in, I'll just kind of turn back. They're taking us to see their leader. Name's Farlix.
Bless you.
Have I heard that at all? Who?
Far.
Like, I know who Farlex
Oh,
is.
no. Have you? I was just saying you heard the statement. You do not. Give me an intelligence check for Farlex.
So I should not act then.
Not yet, my friend.
Intelligence? Ooh, I'm good at that in this one. 22.
The name does not ring a bell.
Telepathically. Never heard of it.
So I would say all of you save Logan, because he is feigning unconsciousness on the back of Babar. Give me a perception check individually as you make your way through the town.
Not good at these. 10.
10, thank you.
Dirty 20.
30, 20, thank you.
24.
24.
You smell like an elephant.
Carter, you are intently focused on watching the goblinoid individuals around you, kind of just for movement and general behavior change. Babar and Kai, as you look around, the city has been... It's odd. It has very clearly been ransacked, but only things that seem to be of value have been removed, and it has been very tactically burned. It is not as if it has been this massive onslaught of chaos.
It's been picked over with intent.
Yes. Very clear intent.
When you say like very
Precision.
deliberately burned, like things, like small areas.
Precision is what you gather.
Like if we were looking at a wall, someone might have drawn something there pretty much, is how precisely you're being.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Which strikes you as odd, Kai.
Are there any symbols that are burned in then? Like,
Does it smell like
symbols or
burnt?
patterns?
You.
I gotta go with this.
Well, I still have that sense. I would know that.
You rolled a 24?
Yeah.
Give me a. Give me a history check.
Fuck.
Did I see the burning? Okay. A little preoccupied.
5.
A 5. As you look around, there are a number of things that look to have been very precisely burned. A variety of shapes, all of them looking rather like it's just very odd, unearthly shapes. Imagine like signs, right? It's just these weird shapes that are just everywhere, and you don't know if they're intentional or not, and you have no idea what they're from.
Does it smell like normal burning wood, or is it like a mat? That's what I would.
So with that, I would ask for a separate check with advantage for your keen sense.
Yeah. Perception still?
Yep.
Well, that one got wood. Oh, that's better. 19.
19. Okay. There is the scent of burning. There is the scent of sweat and blood, like iron, in the air. All around you, the cobblestone streets are littered with not things or pieces of building, but people who were very likely in the onslaught and just in the way at the time of the arrival of these entities. Yeah?
So they're dead?
Very much so.
Okay.
A number of townspeople indiscriminate in this juncture, although for an onslaught of this precision that you two saw, it does not necessarily look, I mean, for this level of precision, you would expect more casualties. Yeah? There are no children. You don't see any children amongst the dead, but indiscriminate adult men and women of a variety of races. You can see human, halfling, and a half-elf in the vicinity. And there's an odd scent of, for you, Babar, in your travels, specifically within the quarry, you would oftentimes find deep wells. And the water there carries a distinct scent of something that's been trapped for too long, and then once it opens, it's this exposure once more, and it is not necessarily musty, but it's damp, but it is, you recognize this as deep water. And it seems to be pervasive.
To Logan, but to myself. Like, not turning or saying anything. As we walk, I will just kind of mutter, "Do you think they can understand us?"
So you say that out loud?
Just out loud, almost as a rhetorical question, but kind of a nudge.
Yeah. So I'd say give me a deception check.
Do I hear that?
You do.
What will? 5.
5. The crone up front turns around, locating your voice almost unnaturally fast, and she stops walking very quickly. She goes, "And in common, yes,
Good.
we walk," and continues on her way.
Good.
You make your way through.
Looks like you guys had a little bit of fun here.
No response. They continue leading your way through the streets. It's not a large town. You find yourself passing beneath what looks to be a gatehouse, making your way into the center of the what you would imagine and remember Logan describing to you as the center of the town. There is a large, what looks to be in our official government type structure. It's just a large official looking building. There are also 2 what look to be single-family homes, as well as a shop of some variety, and then a larger, more formal dwelling. Carts strewn about the vicinity. This, oddly enough, clear of any sort of deceased. There are no casualties here of either side. And as you approach, there is an individual who's kind of sitting on in the center on a pile of what look to be, a pile of furniture that has been brought on and assembled into this very loose chair. Not a throne by any stretch. It's not like trying to be regal. It is simply for convenience, is what you would gather. And it is, again, a very large-looking, deep, oddly blue, pale blue, pasty parchment-skinned goblin, large. You're thinking about 6.5 feet in height, completely misted over eyes, wearing what looks to be chainmail armor and carrying at his side a pickaxe rested on the ground. And as it approaches, you hear the woman in front of you speak.
Firelex we have brought for you, the one what got away.
Back in Undercommon. And he looks down at each of you standing up in the chair.
Good. It would not do to have lost one. Who do we have to thank for the matter?
You have me to thank, and my compatriots in Undercommon.
This one speaks our language.
And you see a glimmer of slight respect.
Come, sit down. We have much to discuss, it would seem.
Is this their leader?
The head tilts and looks down and looks over at you, kind of taking you in. The milky eyes just, you feel it almost.
I telepathically
Examining
say,
you.
shut him up.
I'm not quite sure yet, Babar. Give me some time.
So I should hold on to this one still.
Yes, don't let him go.
He is getting very heavy.
So, we have much to talk about, it would seem. He was leaving the city.
Sure was. He had this writ on him. Looks like he was going for help. So,
You see him smile, and as it's almost unnatural grin that takes up the entirety of the face. The jagged teeth sharpened to what look to be serrated blades on each end, and as he does, you see it almost prick his lip, and he licks the blood away.
Help, you say?
so looks like your occupation of this town could have been follied.
Yes. And it is not.
But here I am. I've offered you a service. I can hand you this writ right now, hand you this prisoner. You can pay us handsomely, or perhaps we could partake in the writ.
We have no need of their gold. We have come here for other things. What do you want?
Other things. What could you do with a silly town like this?
Make a persuasion check.
$18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
He looks around for a moment, and then he says,
Crone. Tell our visitor.
and he smiles and grins again and just kind of sits back down in the chair. And the crone looks at him very briefly for a moment before looking back at the group.
We seek to add to our population.
So you're taking slaves?
In a way.
I wish I understood what was going on.
Me too. This is very...
If you don't mind, this is not a language that I'm very practiced with, and I don't want to insult you. Do you happen to speak common, friend?
Make a persuasion check.
12.
The crone looks at Farlex, and Farlex looks back down and he stares at you and goes,
We are better suited in our home language.
But you understand common, and I say it in common.
Yes.
Farlex looks at you, Babar, and back at you, and he gives a slow
I
nod.
told you.
So you seek to add to your population by taking slaves.
What language is that in?
That's in common.
Okay, cool.
That's fascinating. So this writ here is of use to you, not to be in the hands of the allies of Falstad.
And you see Farlex look to the side and he kind of nods. And as he does, there's another 2 entities that exit one of the larger government buildings. The larger building that you saw, that you presumed and looked official, and they're carrying in their hands large satchels.
How many goblins are in the area right now?
10 in total.
10 in total. How far away is Farlex from me?
About 5 feet.
Come on,
How far from me?
Logan.
5 feet away.
Are we all in a line? I'm guessing.
Yep.
So he's about 5 feet away from me.
Give or take, yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
You're standing a little bit behind Carter, I would say, given the
I am
chat.
the muscle.
So about 8 feet from you.
Good to know.
So if I was to hand over this writ, tear it up, burn it, what's in it for us? Obviously you want this.
We can give you gold.
And as he does, he nods and goes,
Set it down.
and you see these 2 massive just trunks slam that are about
I thought the same thing.
about 2 feet by, they're about 2 feet in width, a foot, 2 feet in length, a foot in width, and about a foot and a half high, just trunks filled with gold, silver, and gems of all varieties. You imagine this is a hearty sum.
And we can empty their coffers more if you like. We don't need the money.
But you need the people. Therefore, seems like that's a start. What more do you have to offer?
He looks and then he says, he just nods again, and the 2 disappear back into the room, into that larger building, and they come emerging, each of them holding 2 more, just similarly sized trunks. Slam them down once more.
Their coffers are now almost bare.
Is that an undercommon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's
all of
speaking in
his
undercommon.
communication
He's
is
in
speaking
undercommon.
I'm speaking.
But you're speaking in
I'm
common to
speaking in
kinda-
common.
Oh crap! No, I don't know what I actually know. Okay.
That has happened since he said, "Can you understand common?"
Basically anything that Carter said. So,
So,
you want to
well-
enslave
And you've
people.
said you want to enslave people, and then
In
you
common.
said, and you need these people.
Yep. So ever since I asked, do you understand common? I've been speaking in
Okay.
common.
And he said he saw him nodding that.
And I saw these creatures from a distance before.
Mm-hmm. So you're familiar with the size breakdown of them, yeah?
I'm going to use telepathy again. Are we sure they're enslaving them, or are they changing them?
Can I insight that thought and thinking back to the way that he said it?
So you're so using that thought as a catalyst, you are looking to retroactively incite a statement.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it. That'll be a straight roll.
Okay. I probably should have asked it out.
I don't know. I'm
No, that's a good thought. I like
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Because he said enslave of sorts.
No, he
slavery of sorts.
He didn't even say slavery of sorts. He said of sorts.
Yeah.
That's all he said.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
asked of slavery,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
responded of sorts.
You would gather that from that sentence, they're slaves, but you
Mhm.
don't know for how long they are slaves.
Yeah. So I'll respond to the thought. I don't think it's pure slavery of sorts. I think they're doing something to these people against their will.
As you are having this quiet lull, you see Farlex look between each of you.
The time for making a decision has come. Writ for the gold and the body.
You want this body here? What for?
No distraction from Logan opening them.
I will give them the body. He is very heavy.
Set the man down, and we will that you take the
Let me
trucks
ask
in
what you
peace.
fear of one silly person getting away. Obviously, the writ. We've
It is
brought
not
you the
the
writ.
fear of the person, it is the value.
The value of a simple guard.
Everybody has value.
He is very heavy.
And he smells nice.
He smells dirty.
What?
I like flowers.
What are you
Lovely
saying?
smell.
This conversation took a weird turn.
It's at this point that all of you hear a coming from the back of the city itself, and a Farlex whips his head over the shoulder and goes,
Send them away.
and they begin to sprint, and you see a number of these, about 20 to 2 dozen of these entities scatter from the city proper itself and begin running in the distance to the north. And that's where we're going to take our break, and we'll be right back, all right? All right, everybody.
I know what I'm gonna do.
We've got about 15 minutes to take a break. We will be back shortly, and when we are,
Stay tuned.
we'll see
See what's
what
here.
comes of this, yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe another
boy.
camera's
All right,
gonna come into
see you
play.
guys shortly.
Bye, internet. For
Bye.
now. Thing, huh? We're gonna be at the very end of this campaign.
And
So wish we'd gone candle.
welcome back, Internet.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, hey, you're starting about candle night.
So as we come back in, one real quick
Thing we
announcement.
missed.
I want to give
Yep,
a huge
we
shout out
did
and
miss
thank you
it.
for some of the new music that you're hearing on stream today. It is by a very close friend of mine. His album is David the Goliath on iTunes, Spotify. You can find him there. This is from his newest album, Henry's Great Adventure. He has been working with, he's just an incredibly talented artist. I can't say enough good things about him. The song you're hearing right now is called Into the Maw, which may or may not be setting the scene for what we are.
What?
So,
Is
my
that foreshadowing?
What scene?
as we make our
A
way
little bit.
back
Good.
I
into...
suspect, maybe.
At least I'm on the right page.
Hey! So,
See what I
as
did there?
you hear this loud crash, Farlex looks back just...
Send them now.
You see a number, about 2 dozen goblins switch out and scatter, skittering in an unearthly speed, just kind of making their way across, leaving the vicinity. He looks back at you and goes,
I'm gonna get out of the bindings now.
all right, you out of the bindings, you hear a
Cast.
snap.
Charm person.
So you hear a snap. This is important because we're going to roll for initiative first. The surprise is lost. You hear a snap. The buildings around you ignite. I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative.
Oh, man.
And we're going to go to battle cam.
Bad roll.
Wait for it.
That was bad.
Wait for it.
Oh!
All right, everybody. Battle cam it is. The buildings around you ignite into flame.
What? No.
Yeah, you rolled really well. I did not. Wait, you have fire? Oh,
Whoa!
fuck.
What?
That's not even cool. It's awesome.
Oh, buddy.
But you spent such a long time painting these houses. Now you're gonna destroy them.
Yeah.
Look at that fire, though.
That is cool.
That is fire.
I don't like it, but it's cool.
It is so cool.
But
I'm not
fire
even
is
mad. I'm
so
impressed.
fire.
It's really too bad it's happening to us.
What a shame.
Right?
It should really happen to someone else.
Okay. Initiative 25 to 20.
21.
Not even close.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully 21?
21, yes.
I'm not even close either, guys.
20 to 15. Okay.
Can't wait to see what
Fair,
happens.
my eyes were closed. I was just going off of smell and sound. I didn't really.
15 to 10.
10.
13.
13 Kai. Kia.
Kai.
Kia. Kia.
No, I'm the change.
Okay.
They are.
10
No,
for
I'm the
you.
change. I'm the same name.
Logan.
DeLogan.
DeLogan.
DeLogan
Hey
is a
there,
10 from you.
DeLogan.
You can just use Delilah.
Delilah, 10 to 5.
6.
Got you by surprise, friend. All right. Time to change the music just a little bit, everybody. Let's get some intense
I'm gonna fuck with your mind.
shit happening here.
Thanks, Gix.
Let's do
I have a feeling
one of my
they are, too.
faves. Okay, so top of the round, you see Farblex looking just snap. The building's ignited into flame. He looks back at each of you and just
This is going to be fun.
He and the crone go
Did you
first.
say that in common?
No, this is all under common.
See, so I still don't know what you're saying.
I need.
You can't threaten me. I'll speak the language.
Got it.
Right? I'm like,
Oh, your
oh.
spiritual weapon?
Thank you.
I'm gonna need. For this one, I'm gonna need Carter and Babar to make a
I need to get some more spells.
intelligence saving throw.
Oh, hey, I'm proficient in those.
That makes one of us. That's okay. That's a dirty 20.
30-20, thank you. That's a success.
That's a 21.
That's a success. So you take. Wow, I rolled really well. You take 5 points of psychic damage.
Both.
Both of you. As Farblex looks at you, just. And you see this very strange blue tint cover his eyes as the energy strikes into your skull. As he looks back and just. And he begins to run away. The crone is on the same initiative, so she is going to do the same thing. Carter and Kai, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Hey, I'll go first this time. Hey, even better.
Good.
26.
26, thank you. Rolled like garbage on these dice.
Yeah, but still.
What was it?
16.
16. Success.
See?
You each take 2 points of psychic damage.
Oh, I'm already hurt.
As the energy racks into your mind as the crone just... and she skitters away and takes a hide action as a bonus action. Ooh.
Excuse me, it's a standing up. Lots of standing up.
Alrighty. Next up is going to be... Babar, you're up.
Would it be... So Delilah got out of the bindings, but is still on my shoulder?
Yep.
Is that an action to drop her? Yeah.
You'd be using... I'd allow it to be a bonus action because it's a coordinated... So the trigger would have been this whole time, right? Like, until shit happens, you're the muscle. That's kind of been the call to action here, so I would allow it as a bonus action.
Okay.
You're still the muscle. Don't turn into. Like, yeah.
Oh, I
still muscle.
No. Ooh. Oh, okay. Well, that changes things. I'll use my bonus action to drop her on the ground. And they got pretty far away, huh?
Can I land appropriately?
Acrobatics check.
Okay, thanks.
You'd utilize a reaction if that's okay.
Otherwise, I have to stand up from prone, correct?
Yep. So I think it's a fair trade. Just me.
9.
I have to move around.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, it's not a high DC. You were kind of expecting it. I would have actually allowed it with advantage. So
Okay.
you're smart enough to know this is like the trigger of things happening. The
15?
shouting. 15. Okay. I mean, either way, the DC was like 6, so you can catch yourself.
That's 15 feet.
Is there a creature over there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
there's one hidden right here.
But I think that's just out of range.
Yeah, you'd need to move 5 feet closer. Because you have a reach of 10, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's gonna be it for me because I can't attack.
You have your movement, and you can use an action.
I moved.
And you can use an action to dash.
But I can't.
Attack them, but you'd use an action to get in close.
I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I'm good.
Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Next up. Is that your turn, by the way?
Yes.
Sorry, gotta write some shit down. Okay, next up are the goblins. They rolled really well, guys. Not this one. This one.
Where are my weapons?
This one.
What'd you do with them?
I'm still on the horse technically, so they could just be in like
They're on the horse?
in the pack.
There. So who's here? 1, these two have not gone. Okay. So 1 dash, so we have attacks on you. It'll be 1 attack on you. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Kylandi, it's going to be at advantage because you are flanked. They are, well, that one's cocked. It's better. It's not great. Dirty 20?
Hits.
Hits? Okay.
It's not great. 20. Level 3, man.
You take 4 points of slashing damage.
Wrath of the Storm.
All right, go ahead. And that's what save is that?
That is a deck save.
Does a 12 work?
No.
Okay.
No.
What's the damage on that?
Hold please. 15 points of lightning damage.
Christ.
Is that to all, or is it to that single one?
It says to the one.
So as it reaches out and strikes you with the pickaxe itself, slashing through your form, you call upon grabbing your medallion of cord, and it. Each of you hear this loud, resounding strike of thunder as the goblin is shattered, and you see the ribs begin to stick out from its chest. Dead.
Ooh. How's the head?
Pretty damaged. I'm gonna say he's flung right here, knocking over the bench. Accurate. Okay. Then 1 with an attack on you, Carter, not with advantage. Oh boy, that's a natural 20.
That's the leader.
That's not good.
Whoops.
With its pickaxe, I rolled a 1 on the d6 for a total of 4 points of slashing damage, or piercing damage rather.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a guy on this side of the thing too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. That's all he does. He just kind of brings in the pickaxe to
Behind
you.
this building?
Then
there's
Babar
one
1 was
behind
able to
the
get
well.
close to you. So 1 attack on you, Babar.
That Babar is about to attack, and Babar is also.
That is a
flanked
15 to hit,
behind
Babar.
15 to hit, misses.
Misses,
Not
okay.
flanked.
him. No, yeah, but there's like one.
There's
there
one on the
and
back.
Yeah,
of the-
but there's
Not like quote.
it's not a true flank.
Not a true flank, but like.
Oh, but he is within 5 feet of him over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should be able to get sneak.
All right, so it swings and slams into the side of the home and just kind of angrily yanks the pickaxe back. Okay, that is their turn because we had 3 dashes, 3 attacks. Yep. Okay, next up is Kai.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt on the guy on the other side of the well over there.
All right, you got it.
One I'm close
With
to.
that and at your angle.
I'm casting like I can see him through the well.
Yep.
I thought he was the leader.
That's not who I thought you were doing.
How many are still over by us? Just 2, right?
14.
There's just 2 right there. Right,
14
Greg?
misses.
Around me.
One
You
in front of
reach
you,
out
one
once
behind
more,
him.
the radiant
And
energy
then one-
coalescing around your hand.
Was
and
it dead
arcs
or
out,
was it just knocked over?
slamming into the well
That's the one he
itself?
killed.
That's dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Slamming into the well itself. Unfortunately, he misses. Anything for your bonus action?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon.
That is a bonus action, friend. You can only cast a bonus action spell.
That is a bonus action spell.
Spiritual weapon's a bonus action spell?
Yeah.
To cast
At a
it?
cantrip level?
Oh, not at a cantrip level.
Guiding bolt is first level,
Got
right?
it.
Yeah.
Then no.
All right. That your turn? Any movement?
Not at this time.
You got it. Okay. Next up is going to be Delilah.
I can't see the entrance to this building here, but can I duck in there and hide?
You can if you'd like. You can take your bonus action to hide. Yeah.
So if I duck in there and hide, can I then get a shot on the lead guy?
Yeah, for sure. Give me a stealth check to see if you are able to hide from his presence.
Nope.
Natural 1.
Yep.
So you duck behind. Unfortunately, you just kind of catch
A
yourself
7?
on the wall.
I thought that was a 7.
Was it a 7? If it's a 7, it was a 13.
Yeah. Okay. Roll ahead and roll to attack with advantage. Passive perception is not high.
You sure it was a 7?
And I'm pretty sure. it
Okay,
was a
cool. Attack with advantage on.
Yep.
Try something. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna
Can
try.
somebody move me to where I will be, though?
I got you.
Thank you.
Where are you going? Inside this building?
Yeah, trying to hide somewhere in that building if I can.
I mean, I can't get you.
Okay, put me on the roof so that
We know you're there. Yeah.
You're there.
How
you're
many
inside.
feet did I use for that?
That looks like about 15.
Yeah, 15. To get just inside, yeah, 15.
All right. Can I get out to this end here? Because that's an opening.
Yes.
Perfect. Then I can move me at that point. I do not have a weapon, correct?
Not unless. No, you didn't specify that you carried the crossbow
All right,
with you.
I'm going to flash my psychic blades.
All right, they jump into your hands at a deep.
Two of them, got one in each hand.
Yep, yep.
Kukri shaped.
Ooh. You like her? Is purple in shape? Purple. Two small little kukris just appear in your hands.
And I've only got an attack with one of them, so here we go. 19.
19 to hit.
Plus, no, 25 to hit.
25. Yeah, that'll hit. You can't do anything about that.
They are d6s. And I'm getting sneak attack, right? I've got advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah. For a total of 8 points of damage.
Oh shit! All right, you pop out these kukris and you throwing them for the first time. It's a little bit strange because it's off kilter because you're occupying Logan's body, but it still strikes true. And you see him just kind of, and his eyes lock with you, and you see this strange grin once again take his face. The milky eyes focused on you.
I don't have any more movement yet, do I? Or do I have 5
I think
feet?
you have 5 more feet.
I'm gonna back up.
Back it on
5
up.
feet. There we go.
All right, next up are the dust goblins.
Oh, I'm literally last.
Yeah. This fella.
Shit, the building's on fire.
Sure is.
Shit. I ran in there.
Here.
Yeah,
Attack
you did.
here.
Just underneath the awning.
Those never collapse. in
Should have
fires.
stayed on the
Never.
roof.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I'll be fine, right?
Yeah, probably.
Sure.
Hope so.
Let me get that new character ready.
Yep.
Got one.
I mean,
more.
I'm about to die.
Alrighty. The first one's going to take a short bow attack at it moves so it can see Babar, because Babar's the big thing that charged away. 14 to hit.
No, that misses.
The short bow ding-dong, pounces off the wall beside you as you've seen a radiant flash of energy slam into the well, cracking the well the timber in the well itself, and then an arrow ding, boom, as one emerges in front of you, just
It is okay, friends. They are bad.
swings down with its pickaxe on you,
At where? And
and
who?
you are flanked. Babar.
Oh, I am flanked. Heck,
You are
I just
flanked.
realized.
That is a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that
shit.
hits.
Alrighty.
That sucks.
They are not so bad.
For 5 points of piercing damage as it slams into you. Alright.
Ouch.
Carter, you're up.
I'm gonna try something, and I doubt it's gonna work, but I want to try it because
Give it a
it's
whirl.
why I picked this spell. I think the bad guy's still within 30 feet of me, right?
Which one? The big bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cast Phantasmal Force on him.
What's the save?
Intelligence.
It's a natural 18.
Well, he passes it then.
Plus 0, so. Sorry.
That's fine. He definitely. Yeah, doesn't work.
Got it. Anything for your bonus action?
Well, I kind of have to because I'm hurting pretty bad. Potions for self still bonus.
Potions for self are
I'm
still a
gonna
bonus.
take a bonus action to take the only potion I have.
2d4 plus 2. I'm going to adjust the battle cam real quick.
Because I'm still.
Please have an epiphany before we die, Nick.
Guys, I rolled really well.
Ooh. Yeah, you did.
I rolled 2 ones.
Good. So
Like
we're
it.
healing. You heal for 4.
Yep.
4.
Doing well.
It's alright, I rolled 2 ones and a 2 for damage.
So I just try to cast the spell. I'll, mutter the words under my breath, kicking the can
Yep.
on the street, and twirl the cane, and nothing. So that's that.
All right. And you see it just kind of shake its head for a moment before.
I knew I liked you.
I can cast Toll the Dead. And then
As Farblex mutters to himself.
Yes, Toll the Dead is a cantrip. Wait, are we still at the up to level 2 thing?
Action to cast a spell or attack. Right, if you cast a spell at any level above a cantrip as your action, you can only use a cantrip as a bonus action. If you attack with your action, then you can cast a bonus action spell of any level. Or if you use a
can
cantrip
cast
spell
two
as your
spells
action.
in a round, but one of them has to be a cantrip if you're casting two
I'm
spells
going
in a
to
round.
run 5, 10, 15, 20,
I don't understand if I have the answer or not.
30 this way, try to get...
Yes, to your
over
specific
here.
question.
And did you leave somebody in
I
his
did.
vicinity? All right, he's going to take an
You
attack of
can-
opportunity at you.
If you cast a leveled spell.
Well, that's a natural one.
The way he
so
said
he
it,
just
no. The way you're
slams
saying it,
into
yes.
the... Not going to use this dice anymore. Slams into the
What he said.
cobblestone.
No.
Cool.
So, guiding bolt at the first level. Yeah.
Toll the Dead at
But
Cantrip.
you're
bonus
saying
action.
if I cast a spell, I cannot use another second level bonus action.
correct.
No, you can only use a cantrip bonus action.
But if
But
I
if you
cast,
cast
a cantrip,
Then you can
You can
use
cast
a
a
multiple
second
level
Yeah.
bonus,
bonus
action.
action. Okay.
One leveled spell, one cantrip. Doesn't
Yep.
matter the order.
Yep.
Okay.
Or one attack, one
I
level
made
spell.
sure of that with my one bonus action spell I have.
All right. Next up, it'll be top card of this into your turn. It misses, slamming into the pavement, pulling out. It's going to be Farblex's turn again. He's going to look around, just make eye contact and lock eyes with you, Delilah. Intelligence save for me, please. All of his attention is on you.
Is
He
it
threw.
Good or roll it again?
I'd say roll again. It slipped out, so let's do an intentional roll.
Roll with intent.
12 and 5 is 17.
You make the save.
It's better.
I rolled really well on those dice. So you take half. So you take 5 points of psychic damage. As you just kind of, you see him. And he looks at you and he kind of looks around after muttering and seeing it affect you, but not nearly as much as he wants it to. And he turns and he says,
We've got what we wanted. Get out.
and he says all this in Undercommon, by the way, so Carter, you would understand him. And he turns, takes a bonus action to disengage and sprints.
Shouting a free action. They're running away. Well, obviously, everybody knows that, but I wish my phantasm would have worked. It was going to be a group of infantrymen running towards him.
Oh, yeah.
Then you're going to see the crone who is hidden. Yeah, you don't know where she is.
I didn't see her duck behind the building.
No, she rolled a high fucking stealth.
Oh. Well, heck. That was my whole idea.
Babar, you're up.
Well, finding myself in this wild predicament, surrounded now, I'd like to go into a rage.
All right, bonus action, go into a rage. The redness covers your eyes as you let out your massive bleeding cry into a rage. Roll a d8 for me, please.
Muscle. I can't roll anything other than an 8.
You just keep
All right,
exploding.
so
That's
you
perfect.
blast out and from your form
That's good, though.
It's good.
towards the entity in front
I'd
of
like
you.
to see
Yeah,
something different though.
Yeah, con save.
Okay, they're not great at
We
those.
did
These
one
little
time,
beings
accidentally.
seem a little
Yeah.
bit mutated.
We weren't supposed to.
Hey, that's a 4.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Yeah, that's a failed save. So
Or
they take
failed.
damage, right?
2d8 radiant damage and is blinded.
Cool. If it lives,
9.
it doesn't.
Cool.
The one in front.
Yep. Actually, no, it does. Sorry, it's just looking real hurt and it's
a lie.
blind.
Okay.
5 foot wide. No, because the other one's.
It just kind of. You see it kind of grumble to itself.
Then I'm gonna turn to the other one beside me and attack it with my glaive.
You got it. Give her an attack. Roll a hit for me, please.
Ooh. That's natural 1 for
Isn't that a 7?
So you take the glaive
Didn't
and you
No.
slam it into the side of the damaged well, and then pull it out, and the well just breaks on the top. Unfortunately, missing.
And that's it.
Splinters kind of fly everywhere. They prickle you in your rage, so you maintain. Okay. Okay. Next up are the goblins. Hearing the cry,
Oh, you're over there. Okay, cool.
one's going to attack.
That attack. Nope, I attacked the other one. Never mind.
Attack. Yeah, because the other ones are dead or gone. Oh no, this one has not come out yet. But he's gonna run because you're the elf.
I'm about to hide in the shitter.
No, everybody's gonna
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Get to the outhouse! Okay, so we have 2 attacks on Kai, both with advantage, 1 attack on Babar with advantage. Kai first. Well, that's shit. That's also shit. Does
Good.
15 hit?
Negative.
Alright, next attack. Oh, that's garbage. Aha! 20. Dirty.
Hits.
Alright.
And
For 4 points of piercing damage.
4 points of piercing damage. Perfect Wrath of the Storm.
Alright. That's a save of Dex, you said?
Yeah.
Does a 13 work?
Nope.
Shit. Oh.
For 8 points of lightning damage.
Good. Cool. You blast it off its feet. It is not dead, but it is hurt. As it kind of... they are both going to take their bonus actions to disengage, then use their full movement to get away.
They didn't even need to. I just used my reaction.
They can't get attacked for a round. It was an attack of opportunity. Babar's attack. Okay, attack on you with advantage, Babar. 13 and then a 14
Misses.
for 18 total.
Oh, 18 total. That hits.
All right, got it. For 5 points of piercing damage, rounded to 2. As you're raging, as it kind of is then going to take his bonus action and disengage and run away. This one, I'm going to jump down and see if it makes the acrobatic save. Oh, it really doesn't, so it falls prone and then has to get up and make it out of here. Okay, next up is Kai.
I'm gonna go ahead and move. Move right there. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast spiritual weapon right here.
Same form, great
Yeah,
sword.
great.
As this great sword appears out of the sky, floating in ethereal lightning blue energy as it coalesces into form.
And it's going to attack
All right,
for a nat 20.
roll for damage, double dice. Was this the one that you had hit with the thunder wave before?
I don't know which one was attacking me on that one, so that's
That
kind
is,
of your
it
call.
is not. It's not.
For 12 points of damage.
It is kind of, as the blade hits it with the force damage, you see the body vibrate, and it cuts through, and it
You
is
hit
sliced
the
in
boss,
twain
right?
through the center of its form,
You hit the
sending
that
viscera
boss.
all around the battlefield,
How much damage did you do?
scattering, and it
not- I think 8?
falls dead on the
Okay.
ground. Somebody go ahead and knock him over.
And then the one that I'm tailing, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
Wisdom save.
Yep.
Okay, wisdom save. That is a.
Yeah, you said he was running, so I figured it was
That's a
free
12.
to go.
13
Might
minus
be
1.
able to-
It's going to
I'm
be...
not sure.
Is it hurt?
I still
Oh,
get
it
a
is
turn,
hurt, so D12.
I still get to go here.
Yeah,
Where's my d12?
I'm gonna try to knock him unconscious,
So am I.
especially if you can hurt him more.
For 12 points.
Shit. It. And you see the body begin to rot away and almost mummify as the necrotic energy seeps the life from its body, and it just kind of falls to the ground. The majority of its torso turning to dust.
Did you just kill 2 of them?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, barbarian. He just killed 2 of them. He's the cleric.
Yes. And
Is that your turn, my friend?
We're doing
I'm
something
he has
wrong.
had
a little
2
bit more.
turns. I have only had
30, 35.
All right. Next up is Dust Goblins. Yeah, they're both going to take their action to sprint away.
Attack of opportunity? Are
They will use their bonus actions to disengage, and then use their
Fucking
full
rogues.
action, and then
What
double
if he's
action to
blinded?
sprint. He can
Because-
still use it to disengage,
He doesn't know which way to go.
but he doesn't know which way to go. So I'm actually going to roll a d6 and see which way he goes. Directly into you. He uses his bonus action to disengage. Thwap! Hits you.
Can you move? Can you move through an enemy? I thought you couldn't move through an enemy.
No, he just
just runs
and
into
runs straight
him.
into him. This one is going to disengage and sprint fully 30 feet out, so he'd be out here. So I'm just going to put him by the brownie.
On the brownie.
Yep, he's by the brownie. Alrighty then, that is their turn. Carter, you're up.
Did you already go?
No,
Oh no,
I'm
never
not.
mind. It is not. Oh, then I did that out of order. Move them back. Delilah, you're up.
Well, I'm not going that direction, so if you want to leave them where they are.
Yeah, we'll just if you would like that, but if it affects your decisioning, this guy was here. This guy has remained motionless. So
Okay, well. Come on. Somehow get myself out of here.
out of the burning building. Fair.
I got you.
So it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20. Do I need to hide from him if he's running away to get advantage?
With this, he is aware of your presence, so I would say yes. He's aware of a
Yeah, you
threat,
got it.
right?
I got
You
it
got
far
it.
enough out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so is
So
that
it's a
20 or
bonus
25?
action to hide. So
5, 10, 15, that's 20.
20 feet, a bonus action hide.
yep, stealth check.
Ooh.
It's good. It's 23? 23.
All right, that's yep. Roll to attack with advantage for me, please.
17? 17.
Okay, this is very important, Delilah. As you
Kill him.
throw the blade, you see him hear this just barely, and he just instinctually throws up his hand, and there's a strange blue shimmer that coalesces around his form, and it smacks into it, unaffected.
All right. I've got my last 2 movement that puts me right here or here, either one.
I'll say right there.
All right,
Yep.
you got it. Next up are the dust, so they're going to do the same thing. Sprint around you, get an attack of opportunity because well, he's taking his bonus action disengage, so he would not, sadly.
So they already went.
Disengage. I just
We
resurrected.
put
We're
him
trying to keep
Oh.
them in the same.
Okay.
Runs into you. Okay. Now, Carter, you're up.
So I'm gonna run 30 feet this way from the house,
All right.
trying to be able to see Farlex.
You got it. We are off the map.
So as the second I can see Farlex, I'm gonna go ahead and at second level cast Sleep on him.
All right, you got it. What's the save?
There is none.
Okay.
So and it's second level, so I roll 2 additional d8.
Yep.
So it's 5, 6, 7 d8, and I will center it so it affects only him.
Okay.
Okay. 5, 8, 11, 15, 19, 21, 22. It's enough to knock him out.
You got it by 1.
Yes! So I just want him to like sprint and then just.
He falls over asleep.
Do I see Delilah chasing him?
You would, yeah.
He's all yours, Delilah. Just don't hurt him. Yeah, he's asleep.
He is asleep. The other one is still sprinting away. All right. Top of the round is she's still booking it, sprinting away. And then
Oh, do I still get a? Well, never mind. I don't have a bonus action. Can't.
Yeah.
Sorry.
that one's still booking it. Does it get a save at the end of his turn or no? It just lasts a minute, right?
It lasts a minute, and it's the sleeper is asleep until the spell falls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Till the spell ends, takes damage, or someone else uses an action to slap it awake.
Okay. So, at the top of the round, you all hear the sounds of raging battle beginning to crop up around the small town of Falstad as you're They're running away! Go get them! And you hear just the sound of clashing. As you also hear this kind of as these entities begin to, as you would imagine, begin this systematic but a little bit more panicked retreat. As Farlex falls asleep to the ground, the other entity has sprinted out of here. Babar, you're up. This smallish one ran into you before and just like.
I'm just gonna glaive straight through the head.
Attack with advantage. He's blinded.
Oh yeah. Much better. 21.
That'll hit. Roll for damage, please.
Plus 6, so 16 points.
That's good.
You
Nice damage.
using the at the last minute through the rage. You remember, cut off the head, and the head falls to the ground.
At which point, I'm going to turn 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and just keep an eye on where they're going.
You got it. All right. Next up would be the other. I mean, how many are left? Or are they all sprinting away?
I've got 3.
Sprints use bonus action to disengage, then full dash. So these are considered sprinting away. The others are dead. Next up is Kailandi. They are now 80 feet away.
I'm going to go ahead and run 35 feet towards them.
Okay.
And cast Toll the Dead on the one closest to me.
All right. Wisdom save.
Yep.
It's a 3. It is not damaged, so.
I'm going to go ahead and channel Divinity for the damage. It's 8.
So you can channel Divinity on lightning or thunder.
Thanks to Harlan and all his damage, though. Delilah and all your
Well,
damage.
Logan.
Oh,
I
you're
really
right.
didn't do
Never
much,
mind.
dude. I rolled
Got it. So
But
you
you
can
can
roll a
jump.
d10.
2 1s and a 2.
You did enough that he got knocked out.
It's 11.
11. Did you roll a d20? It's not damage, so it's a d10.
It's a D8 then.
D8,
sorry.
yeah, sorry.
So then it's 7.
7. Got it. Thank you. Boom, and you see it kind of keeps running and sprinting away.
I mean, Delilah's all on top of him now. That bastard. Huh?
I guess that's going to end my turn.
All right,
And
you
Delilah
got it.
has ropes. Because
She
Delilah
does.
was tied up.
Next up would be Delilah.
I'm literally a 5-foot step and start tying up this far fuck person.
Farlex.
Farlex.
All right, you start tying him up.
Um,
I'd say if you're going to just give me a general dexterity check to see how fast you can tie him. That's really all it's for.
Not real fast.
You're doing a real good job.
I'm making sure it's good
It's
with a
thorough.
9. And as I start doing that, whose voice do I have? Logan's right now. I've got him right now. Why don't you see if you can put out some of those fires?
All right. Next up is going to be. Is that your action? Is your turn?
That's as much as my action, bonus action, and move. That's
Yeah, I'd say that you are getting the hands mostly tied at this point. And you're progressing to the legs using that roll. It's going to be the other ones. They're all sprinting away. So that one that's in front of you is sprinted far away at
Here's
this
my
point,
thing.
60 feet.
Is
Carter,
this
you're up.
magical fire?
You don't know.
Okay.
Does it go away when he got knocked unconscious?
No.
No.
Okay.
So it's real. Go check it out.
So who's turn?
Carter, you're up, friend.
Oh, I'm up?
Yep.
That was quick.
well, this guy that's running. If you want to, whatever.
Do I still see the guy that's running?
He is 60 feet away. Well, he's 60
I
more
can-
feet
I
that
can
way.
still see him though.
So yeah, you can see him.
Okay. And he was hurt or wasn't hurt?
Nope.
Oh, I'm not going
Put
to
him
be
over your
able
shoulder.
to do anything. Can I run over to this house that I'm closest to, and I want to see if the fire is magical?
Give me. So that'll be your action.
Yep.
All right. So give me an Arcana check.
21.
It's real fire, and it's starting to spread. It seems as if it is no longer controlled.
Okay, so that's my action. So then I'll run up to Delilah.
All right.
Can I assume that he was controlling the fire?
With that Arcana check, you can make a presumption.
Okay. The fire is real fire, and it's out of control. We need to wake him up and have him take it out.
All right.
Okay.
That is the end of your turn. Top of the round, it is their turn. It is still asleep, and up next after that is Babar. We're going to keep an initiative just for the sake of this because the fires are burning.
So they're looking around. There's nobody else.
Yep. At initiative count 20, these fires are starting to spread.
I will run back over to the well, and I'm assuming the top crashed down on it.
Yep.
Push it over
Strength
and start. Strength check? I think I'm okay at those.
Are you going to be a fireman?
16.
16, you move it to the side.
Pull the bucket up,
Okay.
fill up my trunk.
That'll be your action to do that.
Yep.
And I allow the bonus action because you can use your trunk as a bonus action. So,
is there any water left in the bucket?
significant amounts.
Perfect. I'm going to grab that and I'm going to run to this, I guess, house closest to me. Bonus action to blow water and throw the bucket.
Give me a dexterity check.
How much water can you hold in your trunk?
Potion's worth.
About a gallon.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, you spray it out over top and you watch this fire start to lessen. It's not spreading now. You've got it contained on this home.
Can I drop the bucket back in? Does that count as a...
I'd allow that as part of the action.
There's nothing left because I threw it. Yeah, drop it back in to heave it back up.
You got it. Next up are the rest of the goblin boys. They're all sprinting away. They are all disengaging and booking it. This is now a very formalized retreat. You would recognize this, Kai. You are there watching it. It has become a formal retreat. Odd for you to notice that. Okay, next up is actually you, Kai.
45 plus 60.
They're about 120 feet away from you now.
We're technically not fighting it anymore, right?
We're keeping it at initiative count because of the fires.
So okay, I got an idea.
You said this fire's contained?
It's contained, but it is still burning. It is just not spreading right
Okay.
now. So in this would be a skill check, right? 2 successes would mean the fire is out, assuming it's not grown. If the fire grows, it is now 3 skill checks.
But now it's contained, so
Yes.
2 more
This is
success
considered a
to put it
skill
out.
challenge.
But they're all spreading.
Yep. Except for that one. That one's contained. The DC goes down for the successive turn for you to put it out.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna come back towards the fire that's contained,
You got it?
and I'm going to. How's the fire look?
It looks as if
Red
it's kind of...
Are you going to give it a potion?
Like which side of that? Like how is it contained? Like which side is it on?
So you noticed when it was originally
Oh, yeah, I'm
ignited,
so
he
sorry.
kept them contained at just the very peaks of each of these roofs, almost as like
Thank
a
you.
signal. Less a, we're burning, but it's kind of two birds, one stone.
I want to blow out the fire, but I don't want to ignite the fire.
So you want to suffocate the fire?
Okay, so I'm going to say, give me a nature check, Kai.
9.
Maybe
9?
he is just bad.
You know, you've seen fires and wind. In theory, it could put it out.
If you undo my hard work.
You're not sure about it, is what I'll say. You have a hunch, and it's not even a strong hunch.
I have
With a 9, I can't give you more than that.
bucket
That's fine.
of water.
Well, I'm gonna try it.
No, right, here we go.
Okay.
From my best vantage point that I can tell, I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind at it.
Okay. Give me a wisdom check.
Perfect.
It's a nat 1 for a 7.
Uh-huh.
This is going great, guys.
Okay. Like a fart.
Aren't you glad we were like
The wind.
Oh, it doesn't ignite. I was thinking ignite.
The wind blows the gusts out, and it ignites the second portion of the awning of the large building. And the fire is no longer
Wait,
contained.
you did it
It is
this
spread
way?
here, so I will put a notation here. But the fire is no longer contained, and it is spread.
But it's not contained.
Not contained, spread.
You know that thing
with
I
a
did in my
natural
turn?
1, right? That's
Undone.
a critical failure. It is
Yeah,
failed
no, that's
and it is
fair.
Here. So I'm gonna put.
That
I'm gonna put
doesn't.
something up there.
Well, that's all I could to do to help, guys. I'm just gonna go sit in the back now.
If only we had another well with a bucket of water.
Piece of candy.
There we go. We'll call that the.
Like that's gonna do anything.
I'm gonna fart this fire out.
Alrighty, next up, Delilah.
Okay, well, I'm right next to this house that's on fire, and I've just tied this guy up, right?
Yep, you have.
Well, I did exactly what I didn't want to do, so cool.
Well done.
You said to wake him up. So I'm going to throw him against the house.
Okay. So give me a strength check.
Drag him against the house, whatever I have to do. It's a 7? 7.
7. Roll a d4. Add nothing.
These are always fun. Oh.
3.
3. You slam him and he just kind of comes to. It's not his turn. The fires are still.
Was that my bonus action or my action?
It would have been your action to throw him into the house.
So for my bonus action, the house you're leaning against is currently on fire. Contain them or you're gonna burn.
And you just kind of see it registers, but he's not responding at this point. He's kind of just still coming to. You can see that it's hit him.
Mhm.
He's just coming to. All right. Next up, they're sprinting away still. Kylandy, you're up. No, actually,
No.
no. Next up, they're still sprinting away. Carter, you're up.
I'm gonna run up to Delilah
Mm-hmm.
with Mr. Man frozen up to it,
Yep.
and I'm gonna cast Charm Person.
What's the DC?
It is 15. We're technically not fighting it.
You're not. It is still coming to. Okay. It is still coming to. It has advantage, but I would have given it disadvantage.
Okay.
I rolled 2 18s.
All right.
So I will take a picture of it, but there are literally
I mean,
2
I
18s.
believe you.
Yeah.
I'll,
-1 for 17.
I mean, you beat a 15, so.
Yeah. Just want to be
I
transparent.
cast a different thing on him.
You just see the magic hit, and he just kind of shrugs it off.
So knowing the spell didn't work. All right. So your life is in our hands now. You will put out these fires, and we'll continue this conversation before you so rudely attacked us.
So I'd say give me an intimidation check with advantage because Delilah's there as well.
I also casted Friends. So
Is that a bonus action?
it's a charisma. It's a Friends is a bonus action,
Okay.
and it's a charisma check. So
Yep. So
advantage
intimidation
either
check
way.
with advantage. So I mean, you double advantage, but just.
I mean, it's just
yeah.
advantage. I only rolled a 14.
14. Okay. All right. You see him just kind of look at you. Doesn't seem to have phased him.
Well, we'll just wait till what he sees next.
All right, Carter, that's your turn. Next up, it is his turn, and with that, he looks at each of you and you just kind of. And you see him look up, and the flames grow larger. All right. Skill checks. It's now going to be 3 turns. Next up is Babar. That is all he does.
I'm gonna continue trying the same method. The trunk filling up and then the bucket of water.
Dexterity check for me, please.
Oh. And then I'm gonna go now that 2 parts of it are on fire. I'm gonna try to contain the big.
I'd say, given your arcing spray, you can hit 2 of these, but the DC is going to be a little bit higher if you're aiming for 2.
I mean, the one where it just spread.
Yeah.
If I can, what is it? 2 checks to put that one out.
Yep.
Okay, then that's what I'm gonna do. 2 dex, you said.
Yep.
That would be a 10 and an 8.
The first works. The second is also dampening it, but it's still just barely in embers. You haven't put it out entirely, but it is in embers. So I'm going to remove that. That's nice.
Is that attack and bonus action then?
Yep.
I mean, what would be considered attack? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And drop the bucket back in, get ready to do it again.
You got it. Kylandy, you're up. The fart didn't work.
Nope.
But with that, I'd say you have enough information to know not to blow it into another building.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else to assist with the fire. Is there another bucket next to Babar?
I just dropped it back in.
He just dropped the bucket back in.
I'm
You
not
could run and
holding on
grab
to
it. It'd be the action to grab it and the bonus action to throw if you wish.
Sure.
All right. So give me a dexterity check.
14.
14. That fire that was spread, it is now considered contained again. At the top of that small red roofed house. That one is embers, that one is contained, the rest of the fires are still burning. Anything else?
I guess I'll drop the bucket back in.
Back into the well. Delilah, you're up.
That seer woman, did I get a look at her?
I would say you did, but it was a brief glance. She booked it pretty quick.
And Far Lex looks like every other of the other goblins around here?
Except for the milky white eyes.
Alright.
And pale blue skin.
I'm going to use my action to change into a seer with a milky white eyes and pale blue skin and look at him and use telepathy to say, "You fool. Turn the fire off or we die here."
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
14? 14.
Okay, you look at him and you see him kind of look at you confused for a moment before it kind of recognition hits his eyes. He's not able to take actions at this point, but you gather you've made it through to him. It's literally confusion recognition with Harlan's, or not with Harlan. Jesus, why am I keep messing up your name? With Delilah's passive insight, you would know.
Okay. Can I change targets of the telepathy at this point in time?
I would say you could, yes.
I'm just gonna really quickly tell Carter, I've got him.
You'd hear that in your head. Unable to respond at this point. Next up is Carter. You're up.
So getting that, I'll nod. Looks like we're having a accord here, and I will walk out.
All right, you walk back into the fray here. Okay, you got it. Top.
I still
It's
have-
empty. Yeah, you have your
Yeah.
actions and bonus action.
Which do I see them trying to do the water thing?
You do.
Is the bucket still in Kylandi's hand, or is he?
It is
dropped
back in the
dropped
well.
it back in.
How far am I from the well?
80 feet.
80 feet. So I will go. 30. I will. This house is still on fire?
Yep.
This one's still on fire?
Yep.
I will 5, 10, 15, 20.
The one on the red roof looks contained.
Alright.
So you're gonna dash?
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Top of the round. You see now in front of you, Farlex looking at you kind of intently. You see his eyes glimmer for a moment. The flames visibly shrink around you, as if once again contained back within the confines.
Okay.
At this point, I'm going to say that we have fallen out of combat and we don't necessarily need to act in initiative order anymore. So, with that, what would we like to do?
The fires are out?
They are contained, they are not out. You see them all very clearly.
I'm going to continue.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to say give me successive dexterity checks just to see how much we're able to get out in this time. Two
Nat
harder
20.
if you'd like to help. Nat 20.
The
Roof here, put out on the red roof.
the two chests, or the 4 chests are still sitting there?
They are. I would actually give me a perception check.
12 and a dirty 20.
12 and a dirty 20.
Straight perception?
Straight perception. You're able to, the one on top of the roof, out now on this one. The only 3
This
that
one?
remain are here. Yep. You
I
just
need
have the
to
4 that remain.
continue to play up this guy that him and I are escaping, and he needs to continue to put these fires out. So I'm going to run him through the buildings. Like, come, we must escape and
Got it.
put this one out. And like
Which building do you want to end up in?
the first one over
That home
here
there?
is fine. I just
Got it.
need to keep him
That works.
thinking.
He's just got them, he has them lit as like still as a beacon. They are just contained in their current spots.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
A 5. You don't see him.
Those sons of bitches. Alright, if I don't see that, I'll use my bonus action to have my mage hand go get the bucket and I'll throw.
All right, dexterity check for the mage hand. Give me a
using my dexterity?
Yeah.
11.
11. You're able to, and the one on top of that purple roof there is contained.
Outer contained.
It is contained.
Weren't they already all
All right,
contained?
so it's contained. It's now out because he has brought it into containment. It is considered out.
Well, I can only move the hand 30 feet, so it'd be...
That one was already out. So if you want to say we just moved it close
Yeah,
that way,
I
and
got
then
that
in-
one out.
Oh, okay. Was
in
this
that-
one all out?
Yep.
Yeah, it was out as well.
Oh,
So I'd say in the
It's
period
just
of time
these two
where
are over
Delilah
here.
is pulling Farlex into the building, you're able to get it
Okay.
out. All right. As you're having a conversation with him, Delilah, I would ask you to please give me another persuasion check with advantage.
Very good. 23.
23. He looks at you, goes, and in Undercommon.
22, sorry.
22. In Undercommon, looks at you, and you hear him say,
Stuff.
Telepathically, we will put these out.
He looks confused for a minute, and you see the fires shrink from the exterior of the home. So the fires are considered out at this point.
Did I see where Delilah went?
I'd
with
like to
him?
knock him out now.
Roll an attack for me with advantage, please. So the fires are out, and they are in this building. You would have, in the panic, you would not have seen him move
Okay,
into the building.
that's fine.
15 plus, what, like my psychic blade, or?
I'd say this is going to be just a straight conk, because you're looking to knock him out, so roll a d4 and add your strength modifier.
Well, okay. So it was like a 21 to hit, but...
Yeah, that'll hit.
1 plus 1 is 2.
You over the
Half
back of
is
the head, and you hear him
one.
just falls unconscious on the ground.
I'll just drag him out by his neck, and when I get out, well, I'll change into Delilah, and then I'll drag him out by his neck.
Got it. As you drag him out, you hear the sounds of battle kind of starting to cease at this point. It was a hasty retreat from the individuals that were still left within the town itself. And as you do, you just hear general sounds of chaos as the guards begin to run en route, and you just kind of hear,
They've left the city. Get them going. Follow them.
and there's just general shouts in terms of getting the individuals and following these entities out of the city. As you do, there is a half-elven female that runs kind of looking charred in the flames, just kind of wearing what looks to be a deep blue dress that is burnt in tatters in some locations, blonde hair that is cut within a deep, just deep curls cut around, starting at the small of the back. As she runs in, tan skin, she looks around, she goes, "Are you the one Logan told me about?
That'd be us, ma'am.
Can any of you heal?"
I'll pull out my health potion.
I'm not proficient in that. I'm sorry.
It's Logan. I need you
I
to come with me.
could try.
Okay, good.
Now is the time.
Come with me. And with that, she turns and calls you into the distance, where you begin being led down some
Go,
of the
dear,
streets.
go.
Can I do an investigation check of the area?
If you'd like to, investigation check. She takes you through a number of winding streets. It's not a large town, but it is larger than Calder, right about double in size. And you find at the base of the watchtower there is a massive just divot that has been blown out as if from the inside of the watchtower, and the majority of it has collapsed. And what you can see is that there are a number of injured individuals that have pulled themselves out of the rubble, just kind of coated in stone and wood that has just been splintered everywhere. And as you look, you see the familiar form of Logan, who's just... It seems as whatever
Just
the blast
keep
was that you
healing, that son of a
heard,
bitch.
that there was a spike of wood that is now jettisoned into his form, about in the torso, cutting through. And as he looks, he goes, "Yeah, this hurts.
Logan, you did good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna try and heal you.
All right. Yeah.
There's a spike in him, you say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and rip it out and then heal him.
So give me a medicine check.
My investigation was also 26.
26. Looking around in the vicinity, you're able to find a trail of what looks to be gold pieces. You gather about 50 of them.
Okay.
And 2 what would be considered rough uncut rubies, worth 20 gold pieces in total, so 10 gold apiece.
12.
12. You're able to move, but there are splinters kind of jetting in and out of his body, and as you do, he's kind of falls unconscious in your arms as you pull him off. And now the woman reaches, please help him. Come on.
He fell unconscious.
Logan? And she begins to start slapping him.
If he fell unconscious, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Spare the Dying.
Okay. You reach down and touch, and there's this.
Just will not heal.
We just don't see it.
You said the rubies were worth how much?
10 gold apiece.
I would like
Those are tiny rubies.
to be going through buildings and
then I'm gonna
looking for
cast Cure
survivors.
Wounds.
Cure wounds. All right. What level?
First.
First level. 1d8 plus your wisdom, please.
It's gonna be 8 total.
8 total. All right. He kind of. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And just kind of, his head just hits, and you see him once again coated in blood. He's sustained a number of wounds, but as you look around, you see a number of manacles and shackles and doors that look to have been kind of jettisoned or opened. Some of which you would presume no keys in the vicinity, but he was able to open the majority of which prior to this event happening, which seemingly caught him off guard. And for the time being, Logan is safe. And as this woman looks over, thank you. I'm the Brahmeister here. My name is Aline Riddle.
I'm Kylandi Hrothgar.
Nice to meet you, Kylandi. Can you take me back to your friends? We'll gather those that we can. Can you aid more people?
Maybe one or two more.
Okay. We'll meet back in the center of town. Okay.
Okay.
And she begins walking with you. So you're investigating. You're looking. Investigation check, please, Babar. Delilah.
Fully securing this asshole.
All right. So you continue. Just give me another dexterity check with advantage because he is unconscious, and you're just going to keep tying him.
19.
19. There are, oddly enough, no bodies in this vicinity.
Now I roll a 20.
Cool.
Damn.
So 24 with a natural 20.
He is tight, secured, gagged, and fully covered and blindfolded, and not moving.
Awesome. I'm also going to get the thieves' tools out of my abdomen now.
You got it. You just kind of pull them out, just step it to the side, just kind of.
Well, now I can get my stuff from the horse, and
Right. As you all finish these actions, kind of gathering up in the area, you see the same half of them walking back, just tear streaks going down her face, walking with Kylandi back into the scene. She goes, "Thank you so much. My name is Eileen Riddle.
Who?
I'm the Brahmeister here.
Kylie Riddle.
Eileen.
Eileen?
Ellyn. Eileen. Riddle. I think we have a lot to talk about, but first of all, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for what you've done. And she drops to her knees and begins sobbing openly. And she goes, and Kylandi, you hear her whisper under her breath, "They've taken the children. They've taken all the children."
Where have they taken the children?
Did they also take a stone, dear?
And as she looks up, she goes,
Wasn't that Indiana Jones?
Oh, yeah, it was.
It was.
You're right.
She looks up and she goes, "I don't know." And with that, this is where we are going to end this evening's session.
Get some.
Congratulations, guys. We're ending this evening's sessions of Natural 20. Thank you so much for attending. You all did an incredible job. Well done. I hope you enjoyed the battle map. That's both for you guys watching.
We can
and
find out where they took the
especially for
children because
you.
we didn't kill everybody.
Correct. I can try to charm him again.
Well,
I am muscle. I will kill him
done.
when I see him.
Well
Don't worry.
done. Hey, good job, everybody. All right, thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for coming and
Where
playing,
did the
as
chest
always.
go?
We'll see you next week,
trail of
same
gold.
time, same place.
Pick some up.
Goodbye, Internet. It's been a pleasure.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Night.